Hey, y'all.
I didn't have an intro, sorry. Technical difficulties. And Ben, Red didn't have any issues with the countdown cue. Red's mouse isn't working, and my computer's not working. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hello,
Was
everyone.
it was it doing that to everybody? The flickering?
I didn't even see a countdown. I mean, and an intro. My intro didn't play at all.
It did. It did on mine.
It didn't on mine. That's just because
Technology.
my
Hey,
computer updated. So I'm going to get your help later. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry.
you know what? We're going to keep persevering, even though we have problems. We're still going to do it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get this mouse to work. Okay, please work.
Well,
Please.
I have something that I think y'all are going to question why it's even here, but
I need
I think
Clippy.
it'd be a good place to start with.
I need Clippy.
Yeah, I got you, Clippy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe I thought I had something. God.
Y'all
Okay.
just bear with us, okay? We're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And y'all are here, and that matters.
Yeah. Please work.
Okay. I'm working with a new computer, and so learning it is still a little disorienting for me. Let's see. No, it's not going to let me. Oy.
We didn't even put our background.
Well, we're
Oh, but
running
it's
late
showing on.
because I
No,
had.
it's showing on YouTube though. Wait a minute. See? Maybe it's my computer.
Are you that behind?
No, our green background. I do not see it on StreamYard, but it's on YouTube.
What the world?
Something's wrong. That's okay. What isn't right now, right? That's why we're here.
Okay. Yeah, I just got out of a funeral, and so my head's not where it needs to be either. So, okay, here we go. And y'all are gonna be like, "Why is she doing this?" Maybe it'll make sense.
Oh, I see it at the.
Not as funny as my name, Sebastian Dinwiddie.
Oh, yes.
Funnier than that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Now, on the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second. I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the names of the fellows on the St. Louis team.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second. I don't know's on third.
You know the fellows' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean, the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base for St. Louis.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who is on first?
Have you got a first baseman on first?
Certainly.
Then who's playing first?
Absolutely.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it. Why not? The man's entitled to it.
Who is?
Yes.
So who gets it?
Why shouldn't he? Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. After all, the man earns it.
Who does?
Absolutely.
Well, all I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no. What is on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
That's what I'm trying to find
Well,
out.
don't change the players.
I'm not changing nobody.
Take it easy.
What's the guy's name on first base?
What's the guy's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
If I mention a third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third?
No, who's playing first?
Stay off of first, will you?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Now, what's the guy's name on third base?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on.
You made me laugh.
The pastor today presented this at the funeral.
Really?
I was like, "What in the world is he even doing? Why is this? What's going on?" And then he went on to explain confusion.
Yeah. Just
Two
to
things
say
can
it.
be true at the same time. That doesn't mean that one is right and one is wrong, or both are wrong or both are right. What it means is two things can be true. So I guess both are right, yeah. when we try to tell our truth, we are interrupted with all these other beliefs and all these other understandings. And it's hard for somebody to get into the mind frame of seeing things differently and seeing things that can be different from what they're used to. And we are living now in a world of confusion and chaos. Nobody understands anything, and nobody is listening to anybody because nobody's listening to them. We're being told that this is the truth. We're being told that that's the truth, and we are not able to speak our truth. You know, you were telling me, Key, about the video that you watched. That sort of thing is okay to be shown everywhere, far and wide, without any trigger warnings. Without speaking of, we need to do that.
I'm so damaged.
Without any trigger warnings or anything, it's being shown. But then we try to speak our truth.
And we were shut down.
We're shut down.
We were silenced. But you know what, Mish? I'm going to tell you this. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm sad.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't get me wrong. I'm sad. I'm sad for our country. I'm sad for everyone. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to be silenced anymore, and I'm not afraid anymore. These tears that I've cried for the last few days, I'm sad, but I'm not afraid anymore.
Good.
I'm just not. I can't be. I have a 20-year-old that's terrified right now to go to school. She called her dad at 6 o'clock yesterday morning. There were 5 colleges on lockdown for active, you know what? My kid is going to be a nurse, and she's scared to go to school.
Our kids.
I'm sorry. Said, I kind of warned the mod chat, be ready for a bunch of tears. That's probably what's going to come. It is what
And
it
they're
is.
valid. They're necessary, Keela. That's
It's been a
something
rough
too. We've
week.
been told to ignore our daggum emotions. We've been told to ignore how we think and feel for too long.
And you were right, you know, when you kept saying we won. I really didn't understand the impact of that statement like I do today. Just that little win that we got, even though they shut us off in the middle of our lives.
Yep.
They were put back up because I stood up and I fought.
We didn't back down.
We didn't give up. And I'm
We
not
held on to
ever
our
going to give up.
We didn't give our truths disrespectfully.
No.
We didn't give them blatantly. We didn't give them matter of fact, like you have to listen. We gave them out of love and our feelings and
Yes.
our desires to share what really in our hearts we feel needs to be told and shared. And too often people have been shut down and don't have the courage or the backing of the amazing communities that we have.
I needed this community. I needed our village. I needed y'all. I needed my chosen family. I know that we haven't went through and said hello to everybody, and I appreciate everybody being here, but honestly, I'm going to do my best just to get through this live. This has been a really rough week for me personally. I don't know how to say this, Mish, I don't want it sounding selfish. Please, God, know that I'm not.
We know you're not.
But September 10th was the 25th anniversary of my father being unalived by a maniac. Right down the road from here. From where I live, and I have to do it every day. But it was the 25th, and it does, I was like, you know, my dad, you know, I mean, it's just a day that I remember him. My family doesn't talk. We don't talk to each other on that day. But at the end of the day, late at night, we get one text from our mom that says we made it through another year. That's 25 texts we've received.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to be selfish saying I got robbed of that day, but do you know that I was working on a video tribute for the 25th anniversary of my father, and I did not get to do it because there was so much other stuff that had taken place that day.
Yeah.
So it was much worse because, I've come to terms with my father not being here. Now there's 2 more children that have to do the same on the same day. It's tough.
And more parents that have to worry and do without their children.
And my child is scared to death to go to school. It's not acceptable to me. But do you know what will win? Love wins and coming together.
That's right.
That's what wins.
That's right.
Love wins. Evil doesn't. And I know because I've read the book. I know how the ending is.
We know how it ends.
I know how it ends. So
Right.
You know what? I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not. I'm sad. Man, thank you.
I
Thank you.
agree with that.
And I didn't come in here to cry, and I knew I was going to.
Don't you dare apologize for crying, my love. Don't you dare.
Oh,
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being you and for being real and sharing this.
I had to disconnect from the internet when that video popped up. I am a paramedic. I have seen some things that I would never bring home to my family, but that got me to the core. It shut me down.
And that was just on the internet, on YouTube.
My kids seen that. As hard as you protect them, what in the hell is going on? And that's the exact word I'm using because I mean it. It's hell. It's evil. People,
Yep.
It's evil out there. And evil is not going to win. It already knows. I already read the end of the book. I know how it goes.
Well, that's why it's getting so crazy. And we knew it was going to get crazy. We knew it was going to get crazy. It didn't. I was telling a really good friend yesterday, I didn't expect it to look like this, though. I expected it to look sci-fi-ish. You know, neon walls and...
Yeah. Thank you, Joel.
But it's here. And the biggest thing is we have to remember and not fall off. That's why we're talking about the meets again, big time. We're actually going to make that happen because we've got to. Too many of us are falling off, and too many things are happening to too many of us, and we are all in this state of chaos and confusion and loss and loneliness.
Fight or flight, and you
Fear,
know what?
flight. Yep.
We've been stuck in that, but when I disconnected this past week from the internet, I did watch YouTube because I don't watch news, but I'm not stupid. Like, I need to keep up, and I'm saying I'm not stupid. As a parent, I have to know what's going on in the world.
Right.
Because I have to know what to protect. Like if I didn't watch anything, then just because I'm not watching it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Right.
But I was at a point where I stopped watching the news because it was just always something horrible. But now it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. And then my kid just hops on her social media and then is just destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Just destroyed. Me, 51 years old, I was destroyed. Let me tell y'all what I did. Because there was so much negative, so much evil. Y'all gonna laugh. Maybe some of you won't. Maybe some of you will. The Good Witch. You know what I'm talking about, Mish?
Yes.
On hey, cause on
Glenda.
Hallmark. Good. Well, on Hallmark. You know that.
Oh, okay. No. Sorry.
Okay, it's Catherine Bell. I
Time
know
to
she's
get
a
held up.
Scientologist. I know all this stuff, but I still love them. I love that series. And I actually turned it on. I've already seen all 7 seasons, but they have like little spinoffs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like movies. And I watched that for a whole day. Daryl said, "Baby, I know you needed to get away from the bad." He said, "But this is too good."
Sometimes we need that.
He said, "I know why you're doing it." He said, "But this is too good." He's like, "There's nothing." I said, "Let's watch a movie then."
Do you know what I did? I hadn't been watching movies forever. And the last just month or two, I've been actually watching movies. And I've been falling asleep to, believe it or not, nobody laughs at this, but Twilight. They've had a 24-hour stream. of Twilight
Where?
series.
Where?
It's on YouTube. I'll share the link because it's
Oh, on YouTube, but then I'll find it because that's what I've been watching.
from beginning to end, all the series, and that's what I've been doing. And
I love. We watch. Hey, Daryl and I have just binge watched the entire thing of Game of Thrones.
I haven't got to watch that one yet.
I mean, I bought him like from the first season to the last. We watched every single one. We would do a couple each night, but that's what we've been passing our time. And so Sophia's so wise, and she's given me so much today in the chat that was just so amazing. And I want everybody to just say a prayer for John. He's going through some stuff, and I love him, and we all love him, and that I love Twilight. And I know there's this big thing between me and Shelby. Team, team Jacob or team. I'm like, no, I'm not team Jacob. Sorry.
That's a good point, though. You know what? I am not team Jacob or team Edward.
Hey,
I am not team vampire, not team werewolf. I am not team left. I'm not team right. I am.
Oh, I wanted her with Edward.
I am human for teams. I am for the humans. I'm for humanity. I love people on every side.
I wanted her with it. I was like, I am not team Jacob. But that's it. Okay, so that goes into this. We can have a civil debate, a civil conversation, and Shelby and I don't hurt each other.
Right. How do we ever expect to learn anything new if we're not willing to listen to it?
I don't want to be in an echo chamber.
Mm-mm. Tiff was talking last night on her show. She was like, we all make up a great salad, and each of us make our own little, flavor. And could you imagine if it's all just lettuce? I agree, Teresa.
I don't watch it.
Shadow
but literally, Teresa, I was so addicted, especially starting in 2020. I was so addicted that Daryl had to tell me to stop, because when I get into something, I'm totally in.
Yeah.
So I'm watching everything, doing all the research, wait, I'm sorry, I missed Mr. Joels. Could you put that back up?
Yeah.
I just lost my father. I think I understand your grief. Your tears come directly from your heart. They may someday wash away some of your grief. Maybe not. Love always wins. Always. It does, Mr. Joel. Thank you for that. And I know you did just lose your father.
Sending love to everybody out there.
I'm crying for this country.
Yeah.
Evil is here, guys. And I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not going to let it keep me quiet anymore.
Thank you for that. We've got to stand up and fight it. We've got to be the love that people are lacking. We can't give in to, even though it is so easy. We've all done it, I'm sure. I know I do it all the time. We have to remind ourselves, and we have to get ourselves out of this funk, and we can't do it if we just continuously stay in it. And part of staying in it is looking at all the bad and just falling into that.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid.
Yep.
That's why I named it this. I was telling you, I know my brain jumped to something not working on the computer, but
that's it right there.
Yeah, but you know what, Ben? I'm gonna say this. You kill a tyrant and he's dead. You kill a martyr and it multiplies.
I mean,
I'm not hopeless. I have faith, and I stand on faith to make me. That's the only way I survive any of this is faith.
Yep.
Faith. And my faith, I know I respect everyone's belief. And just because I have my opinion and I have what I live by doesn't mean that I'm throwing it on anyone else or forcing it. It just means that this is what I believe.
That's right.
I would like to hear what you believe and have a conversation, and we both can get up and walk away, and we're both still here to do it again tomorrow.
Exactly. I love you, Cousin. I love all y'all.
I love all of you. I'm truly I'm reading it all. I just my mind is.
Ben.
It's been so much going on this week. I knew that I wasn't going to be on the 10th. Then everything. I mean, more than one thing happened on the 10th. Trust me. I don't know if y'all have watched now or not. It's there was so many things that happened on the 10th. I mean, three more kids
Yep.
in Colorado. Y'all know where my heart is on that. Then we have the Naval Academy, and then one of the bases, a soldier just went, who knows what, and powed 5 of his fellow soldiers. Come on, guys, there's evil everywhere.
There is. But there's still, look at this chat. There is still love. But we have to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge the light that each of us are bringing. We have to not let anybody ever dim our shine. And that's what's being done right now. It's trying to dim our shine.
Teresa, you're exactly right about that. That's what I've been crying about. And the only thing that I could keep going back to, it's evil. It's not human. To me, it's just a spiritual warfare. It's not human. Because God forbid that anybody could do that without having evil in their bones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only way we're going to win this war. Well, we already know how it ends, but I'm just going to tell you how we're going to get through this is to stand up and not be silenced and not be afraid.
Right.
And I'm not afraid. I'm sad. I'm sad for a lot of reasons. But it's time to stand up.
I'm angry.
I'm very angry, and that's part of the grieving process. And I'm grieving because I feel like just what YouTube did to us, we no longer have, I mean, at least we're still here to talk about it, but they're trying to trample our First Amendment rights. Everybody that I have seen out there, everybody I've seen that has put so much of their life into protesting and their First Amendment rights against Scientology to save people. Look what they go through.
Yep.
I mean, it's just one thing after another. That's just one example, only because I've done it and was there. And it's not, and Kazi, it's not just that. It's I agree with you. It's not that though, because we had a woman on the subway. There was no that wasn't involved.
There is so much at play right now,
Evil.
and not everything is going to make sense. There's so much at play right now, and not everything is going to be exactly as it seems. There is so much going on, and we have to take that with a grain of salt and a grain of course, a mustard seed. Because there's so much at play right now.
Mustard seed.
So much. And we have to have discernment. We have to actually stop and look at things for what they can be, not what we see them as. We have to stop and look and breathe before we act. And we cannot give in to these feelings of hatred. And we cannot beat hate with hate.
No, that never wins. Love only wins. And you have the right to say what. Okay, so I was taught in law school. Your First Amendment rights end when they start trampling on someone else's. And I agree with that. Yep. Okay, but when you're not trampling on anyone else's rights, you're just standing up saying, thank you, Facebook Mom. I know you couldn't stay long. Thank you for being here. You know, I can't imagine standing up and just being on this platform right here. I've had my own death threats. And I was scared. I was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I was so afraid. But you know what? Not anymore.
Good.
Not anymore. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm going through all the stages of grief for our country, for our rights. Because if we give up one right, then the next, then the next, then the next. My mom always says, you know. Let me see. Yeah. But do you know, Ben, my kids should not have. I should not. If I'm taking it like this, I can't even imagine what all these other ones are. Seeing what I saw, I can never unsee it. I'm a paramedic. I have done these calls a million times. You don't even know. I mean, my own biological father's plane crash. I did. I worked it. It was my call. But do you know what? What I saw, I can't unsee. And it is damage to me. I'm grieving over this country. Our,
Yep.
the hateful evilness. I know it doesn't win. I know how the ending goes. But once again, we still have to live through it. And the only way to live through it is for our voices to be heard. And don't back down. And don't be afraid. Show love.
I have.
Mr. Joel Wright. No one thing is to blame for evil. No one person, no one group. We are responsible for our own actions. We can control only that. Stand strong for what is right. Long road to truth and goodness. Yes, because you know what? We're not fighting something of this world, in my opinion and in my belief. It's on a whole different playing field.
I just had to put this one up.
I can't. We make it. Oh, I'm blind. So
Yeah, let me pull it. Different windows. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. This came from an early supporter, and he was later imprisoned for opposing. And this was like an apology, almost poem, letter that he had written from
wow.
experience. And we should
Wow.
take those life experience history lessons and remember and to act on them if we feel that. And I feel that. I feel that we have all been played in a lot of ways, and I feel that we have been divided. I'm trying really hard to hold myself back here because I'm very, very passionate about this subject. And I don't want to go so far off because I know I can go into the weeds with things, but we have all been led to be very divided against each other and forget what we do have in common. The thing that we have in common is we all have hearts.
Humanity.
We have all been hurt.
Yeah.
And we're holding on to things that hurt further instead of remembering what it feels like to love. You guys, when we all get together, we may not always get a chance to say hey to people. Like right now, I'm struggling because I'm seeing all these amazing, beautiful names, and
I am too, and I'm thankful for every one of you. Just know that we're doing our best to get what I wanted the message to be, and what Misha has been just fighting for every day.
That feeling that we get when we all come together, it's almost like a high for me. And I know it is for a lot of you guys too, because I know we feel it. We're all connected. And you're right.
John,
Right there. That's it.
John,
That's it right
John.
there.
We love you too, John.
We love you too. And that is it. And we're told, well, stop being political or stop being too much. Stop being too much. I've been too much my entire life. And apparently that's what I'm supposed to be.
I'll go back to where I've been, had my head in for the last few days. You know, we're all made in the image of God. And if I wasn't supposed to be like I am, then I wouldn't be.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just me. Doesn't mean anyone has to agree. Doesn't mean anybody has to. But that's my belief. And I'm no longer going to hold back.
Good.
I'm not afraid anymore.
And that's it. Right? Right? Being too much is who I am.
That's always me. Our authentic self. Yes. Yep. And we should not be silenced. Mm-mm. We all have a voice. And can you imagine when all these voices come together Like it
It's all
says,
about
all
the
good
frequency.
things, all good things come together for good. Oh
That's right.
my Lord. For me, that the gates of hell will rattle because it's an evil,
Thank you, John.
these are very evil days, and evil's not going to get me.
No. Nope. I sat in that church today, a real church, y'all, a real life church. Like Misha got her body outside of her house, her front door. And I went and sat in that church.
Hey, power.
And I couldn't look anybody in the eyes, and that's not me. And while they were talking, I wasn't able to listen like I needed to, like I wanted to. I was half there, which is partial dissociation. Because I was worried about too much of things that didn't matter.
I'm trying to get the rest of
Wow. Hi.
I was trying to
See?
get, while you were saying that, I was trying to get the second part of Ben's comment
Oh,
up
sorry.
there. But I couldn't. Hey, power. I couldn't get it.
Okay,
My
so
mouse. My
let
mouse.
me.
won't work. That's the second part. And the pastor told him, "What are you doing in prison?" And he told the other pastor, "What are you doing outside of it?"
Yep. And that's it. If I'm going to go down, please God, let it be because I'm doing what is right. Please God, don't let me live 100 years and not do what's right. Let me live
Right.
50 and do what is.
And you know,
That's it.
I put it on my thing when I was in my office. You know, you have the little spelling, the little boards you can change the letters on or whatever. And I kept one up there for a long time. Do the next right thing.
Yeah.
Do the next right thing.
Yep. It gets a lot easier once you do it more often. I've learned from experience. Because I used
And
to do it, right?
just do the next right thing. And we can't control what we can't control.
Yep.
I'm not afraid to stand up and say that. I cannot control what's gonna happen. But what I can do is the next right thing. Speak up and take up and use my voice for the people that need it, to advocate for the people that need it, and not let YouTube or anyone else or fear, trying to give fear and evil win, because I'm not going to stop using my voice.
That's right. Well, let me pose this question. How many of us are doing the things that are in our control?
I think that's what I'm doing right now.
Complacency, and I have been doing that for a long, long time.
I'm getting out of the comfort chair. And some of the mods were worried, and I understand that I was going to catch a lot of backlash from this live. I promised them that I wasn't going to go Keela crazy.
I like it when you go Keela crazy.
Not on this topic, because all I've done is cry, and I really don't. It's gone like that. I'm just flat saying it with love and kindness and tenderness. I don't have to go Keela crazy on this one because Keela's already made up her mind. You got to stand for something.
That's right.
And I'm standing up
for anything.
for love and kindness and dialogue and debate without violence.
That's right.
And without censorship. Because I would never, ever want to impede on anyone else's rights.
That's right.
If you don't like, you don't like what it's saying, you don't anything like that, please, you didn't doubt me, John. You didn't doubt me. The first thing, like I was saying in law school, let me say this. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That is not a First Amendment right. So I understand, your rights end when you start trampling on the rights of others.
Mm-hmm.
But if we all could just do one thing bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
Bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
leave this world better than when we found it for
That's
our
right.
children.
That's
That's
right.
what counts.
That's right.
Joel, Mr. Joel, you always can give advice. Miss, can you?
I'm trying.
I know my mouse is not working. If this old man could give some advice, find something bigger than I didn't read it, I promise. Find something bigger than yourself. That will be different for us all. Find it. But find it. It changes your outlook. Find it, look for it, but start with kindness. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was trying to say. Do something bigger than yourself.
That needs to be our initiative, our next initiative. And
And that's
Flowers
it.
Lady, it's
Yes,
really
well,
good to
that's
see you.
exactly right. That's what I said. You've got to stand for something. If you're going to fall for anything, and I'm not. I am standing firm on my beliefs. I have been timid on here because I didn't want to offend anybody, and I never want to offend anybody. That's not what this channel is for.
Well, let me tell you something.
But I'm going to
2
stand
now.
firm on my beliefs from now on, and I'm going to say what I mean, and I'm going to mean what I say, and I'm not going to placate, and I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
Thank you.
By no means. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Do not be afraid. Be not afraid.
Thank you. The more of us that do that, the more of us are going to be willing to do it. And we can hold on to each other, and we can put our arms through each other's arms, and we can make the change that will move mountains.
The faith of a mustard seed.
Izzy, you know what I didn't do, because we put on Awakened at the very last minute, and so I haven't even put a note or anything up there. Usually when we do the simulcasting, I put something to let people know, so that way if they get there and they're by themselves, not to just to come over here.
I'm also streaming
you,
it to exit right for this one.
Yep.
Because it needs to be.
Gosh, so many good comments. And I
know. I can't catch them all because first of all, guys, I love all of you, and I'm reading all these, and I hope everyone else is too in the chat, because I can't. My mouse just quit working. I changed the battery and everything. I just feel like after what happened, scared, but angry.
Yeah.
Hot and cold, feeling and numb. I'm trying hard not to get riled up because it honestly feels like a declaration of war on free speech. And yet, okay, so I have something to say about that. Can I say it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what this was about. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. We will stand together and make our voices heard. They cannot silence us. And if they do, there's a bigger army behind us that's going to rise up.
That's right.
We've
got so many little armies all over the place right now.
We already know the ending, guys. Evil doesn't win. So we just have to make it through. And do you know how you do that? Together with love. And you make your voices heard, and you don't be afraid. You don't be scared to stand up and speak your truth.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you, I watched something last night that I don't know how that woman got up there. Miss Erica Kirk, I don't know how she got up there and held it together like she did, except for her faith. When she made her statement for the first time since her husband is gone. And I didn't know that her and the kids were there until much later. Till much later. That got me on a whole different
level. They were there when it happened?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That got me on a much deeper level, but I thought Daryl was joking with me. I thought it was something false, another false flag. And then he has wait, now we got three teenagers that have been hurt in the school. I'm like, what? And then I'm thinking to myself, being all selfish. You know, can I just have one day about my dad? You know what? God showed me real quick. It's bigger than me.
Yes.
It's bigger than me.
Oh.
Because now there's 2 little children. Yes, they saw what happened. They won't remember that. But they will be traumatized by the aftermath of it. The crowds running, watching, you know, like she said, what do you tell a 3-year-old when she says, where's daddy?
Oh.
This was a man, a husband, a father, and a child of God. And I know that when he walked through those gates, he heard, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And they, like I said, you can kill a tyrant and he dies, but you kill a martyr. Oh, there's an army behind, and it's rising up. And it's all of us. It's all of us not letting anyone silence us. Don't be afraid. Yes, we're sad. We don't know how to process. We're human. We're human.
And we're going to feel some kind of way sometimes. We're going to feel that about us
Oh,
because
Dora.
that's part of us.
Dora, I didn't know that.
Hold on, I'm trying.
DG. I didn't know that.
Oh,
I knew
boy.
this was going to be tears.
Oh.
Yeah. And they will. Just like I was sitting there thinking about my dad 25 years ago, what they did to him. He was
Golly.
he
It's
was
just too much.
he was taken from us at 40 years old. And by evil people. Mr. Joel, thank you for being here. Evil people. And they took him from this earth. They took a husband and a dad 25 years ago. So I can relate to those little ones 25 years from now. It's just for speaking and wanting to have a civil conversation. We cannot let this stop us, guys. We have to unite in love and show that love always wins.
That's right. And it's going to hurt. We are going to hurt and we are going to be in pain and misery.
Angry.
And we're going to feel that. We're going to feel that sometimes 20, 30 times a day. We're going to feel it.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
I disconnected from the internet when I saw that. And you know what? What's funny is I happened to be reading something and someone, there were so many people, everybody is just always on. Mr. Joel, you know how much I love you and I appreciate all of your words of wisdom. Yes, Fiona. That man means so much to me. But I read it said, and it's funny that Charlie actually said this. Put down your phones, put down social media, go touch some grass, go love your family, go be with your family. And that's what I did. I put down social media for the week because we had 9/10, then we had 9/11, the memorial, and then we had all the 5 universities locked down yesterday. And I have a kid that was scared to death. And I don't want my kids scared.
How do we tell our children, our grandchildren, how do we tell the youth of this nation, of this country, of this world? How do we tell them how to handle this if we're not out there showing there's different ways?
That's right.
How can we get upset at anyone for being a certain way if they have not been shown how to handle things a different way?
You see how bad that video affected me that I was not prepared for popping up on my social media? Okay, can you imagine the kids that got in their car from school that day that just said, "Hey, Mom, what's this?" before their parents got to even explain to them what had happened? Because I wasn't alive when JFK was assassinated. Yes, I know that we've had 2 attempts and then Reagan attempt, but this is the first political. No, not really, because we have Minnesota. But no one would cover that. Just say this is the first thing on the internet, on social media, that was closest to what everyone was saying about, on camera with JFK. That I don't even have words. The kids should not be getting in their vehicle saying they'd already seen it before their parents had a chance to even let them know what happened.
These children were not allowed to see facial reactions and learn for a while because masks covered the faces of everyone around them. They
Yeah.
were confined and they were told to stay so far away from each other to not have connection. And now it's just getting exponentially worse.
Indigo, he isn't a politician. No, he was not. He was a father and a husband.
I don't even
He
know
was
what thumbnail shows. Oh my goodness.
he was a debate. He was a debate. He wanted to show that there were more ways than violence. That he wanted to change my mind. You know, I mean, things like this. And I didn't want to have to get into all of that, but I mean, that there was more ways than violence. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and that's what I'm trying to say. There are more ways to talk and have conversations without violence, and he was assassinated for it. And I know that you said he's not a politician. I agree, he wasn't, but he it was still for his beliefs, so it was still a political assassination. Because, you know, if you look at it one way, took out somebody that could have been, you know. I don't know. I don't know the answers, and I don't know why. Only,
Well,
and even his wife said she doesn't know why, but God does.
right. Right. And political or not, right or not,
Right.
nobody deserves to lose their life
He was
because
a
of somebody
father
else's
and a
decision.
husband.
Even the child, and I will say child, that took it upon himself in Colorado. Even he should be grieved for, because there's something that happened to make him feel that way. And that is unpopular opinion, I know.
I don't know. No, speak your truth, because that's the way we're going to be. We're going to speak our truth.
With Christina, the man that took her,
Uh-huh.
I don't want him to have the death penalty. If anything good can come from that, let it be that he makes a difference because of what we lost with Rachel and Christina.
Right.
Let
And
it be because he sees and he understands and he has regret and he tries to redeem. He tries to make up for it. And that's the thing. We cannot judge anybody else unless we have lived their life. All we can do is try to understand. And if we can't understand, okay, Jesus did not tell us to go out and point fingers at people.
no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I did not. I had a grandbaby that did. She went to
No,
school.
Thomas, this isn't all about Charlie. This is not about, please don't leave. You
No,
don't have
we're
to
not-
say anything. This is not negative. This is not positive. We're talking about our freedom of speech. Like what YouTube did to us the other night, last week.
Because the thing is, when it comes to
can't-
him, I didn't know
you-
who he was.
You don't have to. Yeah, this is not political. This is just simply stating we cannot let our rights be taken away, and we can't be scared to speak up no matter what. Have a conversation, have a dialogue. Have a dialogue. I'm so glad somebody is not an echo chamber. Thomas, I love you. That just because it's all humanity. What has happened? It's pure evil. That's the only thing we have to. Yes, Sophia.
Hold on. There we go.
We
That's
can't
right.
build a humane society on the foundation of revenge and punishment.
And
Because what makes this better than the person that did it?
That's right. That's right.
Do something bigger than yourself. Speak up for someone who can't speak for themselves. And don't be afraid to do it. Don't think I haven't gotten on here in the last few days. Okay, so I've got, y'all all know, most of you know. And if you don't, thank God you don't. You know, the hell that we've been through with certain other creators, still to this day, that just keep, I won't give them airtime. But I'm going to say this. With everything that has happened this past week is so trivial.
Yep. Yep.
It
Yep.
is so trivial that it means nothing to me.
Yep.
It means nothing to me when I have my child calling saying that she's scared to go to college because to class that day because there was 5 colleges on lockdown. That is what is important to me. This trivial bullshit no longer matters. And this is for everyone that has anything to do with it. It doesn't matter. It's trivial. It means nothing. It's hate and evil, and I will not allow it in my life. I'm sorry, I'm off my soapbox. I did get on one.
Thank you. Get back on it and stay on it for as long as you want to. That's what we need to be doing. And I know people get tired of hearing it sometimes whenever I get out there and do it. But you know what? That's
Keep
what we
doing
need to
it.
be doing. I stopped for a long time and I got to get back at it because I almost lost my voice completely in the fact that I didn't feel like saying anything. All I wanted to do is I tried. I've tried to write songs. I can't. I've tried to write. I couldn't do it. We've got to not.
Sinzu. Misha, do you see?
I know. I'm trying.
Okay.
It just
It's
takes me a minute because my eyes are not.
No, it's fine. I can't even use mine. So it's more about the reality that if you speak your beliefs, you have to worry if someone will kill you for it. But you know what, Sinzu? I got to stand for something or I'll fall for anything. Evil does not win in the end. And I'm sorry, it sounds cliche, but you can't kill a Christian. You can only change his address.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and so, you know, and I watched, I'm not scared anymore. Be not afraid in all good things. Be not afraid. We can be Apollonia. I'm all up in my feelings right now, but it's just we can speak
That is
without
okay.
the violence. We could speak with yes, and that's what we're here for, to talk. And
Thank you
I
for
mean,
that, by the way.
we can talk without the violence and without hating each other. Love is going to win.
You know, I did not know. I've heard of him, but I did not know who he was. I've done some research and looked into it. But some of the things that I've seen in the after effects, I'm telling you, when it happened, it was all over the place, and there were so many different reactions, and my heart sunk. And I'm telling you that I got a feeling that I haven't felt since 2001.
That's what everyone that I have watched with the reaction has said, that there's a feeling now that life has, it's changed. There's things that, I mean, it's changed. This is not, it's a heaviness that is set in that is, like I said about martyr, tyrant, you know, and when I say martyr, I mean for God, because he spoke the gospel. That's where I mean by that. Let me clarify.
But even when we speak the gospel, we're not always accurate in what we say and how we present it. And we need to make sure that we're careful on how we put that towards any of us.
Yes. That's what I said. I speak what I believe. It doesn't mean that you have to believe it. It doesn't mean you believe it. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that's what I believe. And, you know, that's my right to believe that.
And Indigo, 100%. That is it. There should not be those labels. We should be able to be us, because just like I talked about with Tiff saying about that salad last night, we are all here. We are all important, and we are all individuals, and we make up our own daggum spice. And that spice is what makes things interesting and tasty and worth living for. Heck, throw salad out the window. Let's go for a soup. Let's go for a stew. Let's go for something that's going to put the pounds on us, because by God, whatever's good, we are who we are.
Hey, can we not talk about pounds?
I
kind of didn't go down this week.
I'm angry at myself right now.
No, I didn't go down this week.
I don't either. I tend to moving on up all the time on that regard.
I moved on. Okay, wait. Let's see. To start, I in no way think that what happened was okay. Obviously, it wasn't. But I think that it is important not to canonize him. See, I'm not going to call names. I'm not going to call names, because that's I have a hard time with that, and I'm just going to speak my truth on it. I'm not going to put labels and call names with hate. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because he believed one way doesn't vilify him. I mean, he has his right to believe. I have my right to believe. You have your right to believe. Everyone has the right to believe. It doesn't make us wrong or bad or anything.
I feel like we live in such a disposable world that if somebody says or does something one time that doesn't mesh with the way that we feel or believe, they're
You
gone
get
from our lives.
labeled. You get labeled, and then you get never spoken to again. And I don't want that. I want to have a healthy debate. I don't think putting labels on people is the right thing to do. I would never do that. I don't do that. But what I can say is there's a lot of people that are not out burning down buildings. There's a lot of people that aren't out burning cars, hurting people, violence. Even though it could happen, but I pray to God every day that it doesn't. And I think it's because, and it's just my opinion, it's because of the way, and I didn't want it to be all about this, but the way that he carried himself with, he was a father and a husband.
Bottom line, nobody should
He
lose
was a
their life
human. No one
for
should
what they
lose
believe
their
in.
life.
But if somebody is saying something that's not the way that you feel, then we should have the right to say that too. We should have the right to say, hey, that is not right. I don't believe in that. But then the responsibility also falls on us, because if we don't believe in something and somebody is out there pushing it and it goes against something that we feel is fundamentally incorrect, then we should stand up and say our truths. And then the truths can get louder and people can have the right to decide for themselves versus being told this way or that. If
Yeah.
we speak our truths and there is something wrong in it, please tell me. And then I will try to listen to it and I will try to work on it. That doesn't mean I'm going to change everything, but it also means that I just might. I have come way far from where I used to be. And I'm not patronizing. Please get that straight. I'm not patronizing. I am so serious because this has been my life. This is what I've been my
This
entire
isn't
life,
attacking anyone, y'all.
good or bad.
This is just debate. I mean, this is what we're here. This is what we're here for. I mean, we need to have the conversation.
You know, I've been told not to be this way or not to be that way. And I'm tired of people telling me who I am when I know who I am. And I may sugarcoat things. You're dang right I do. Because you know what? Sometimes it's easier to hear whenever they're put into a different perspective. There's a difference between patronizing, babe. There's a difference. I'm not trying to patronize anybody. I'm just trying to speak the way that I speak. And I'm trying to validate what you're saying because I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And that's okay. I'm going to disagree with a lot of what other people are saying, what you're saying. I'm going to disagree. That is the whole point.
Go back up, because go back up. I don't have my mouse, so I'm not, no excuse. Go, Mish, go back up.
I know,
please.
where am I going to?
I don't know. She said that we didn't read anything else. I missed. Just we
I
go
mean,
back
we
up.
said at the start of this, we're not going to be able to see everything because I'm trying to
No,
find.
just right up. Just right up. Just right. No, it wasn't for
that.
Let's see. Okay, wait. I think you're assigning meaning to the phobias that wasn't there. Okay. Now go. I can't move my mouse. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I know.
And
I
from
just don't know what we're looking for.
And from all accounts, didn't have a whole lot of good things to say about women. Okay. Okay, so okay, that's when I stopped about the phobic. Okay, because I didn't want to put. That's just because I didn't want to put. I didn't want to put hate, and I didn't want to put labels on people that I don't know. I don't know if this man what he was. I don't know him. I just know that he was a father and a husband. But
And I had pretty much said that too, that we need to be careful on putting somebody in as a martyr or anything because of what happened. We have to understand, though, that not any single person, unless they have been judged by a group of their peers in a jury and deemed legally to have their life taken, which that's debatable. I'm just going to say it. Nobody has the right to take somebody else's life. And that, and also for me, includes nobody has the right to take away my truth.
And that's the truth. And hang on, she said, I was having a conversation and you guys went right past me and moved into what you wanted to. You didn't listen.
If you want to come up here, we can
Well, I
get
was
you
politely disagreeing. Stop talking down to me without reading. I was reading. Reading. I don't have my mouse. When things are flying by, there's nothing. I mean, I'm not making excuses. I truly don't have my mouse.
It's really hard to run this, especially whenever you're already in a space and you're trying to run all this and you're trying to look at all these different screens and you're trying to do all this.
I
That's
know,
why
and you've
we
got
weren't
to go
going
on.
to be good on the chat.
Let me see.
And we can't put every single person's comment up there every single time. It's not.
And I like the debate. I do. I'm looking on YouTube now. I can actually see it. Okay.
And Star, hello. Hello. It's
Let's
good to see
see.
you.
Yeah, we do have the right to our feelings. I have
I love you, babe.
I have
I
nothing.
have to get off of here.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay, I love you.
I love
Okay.
you too. I love
Take
y'all.
care of yourself. I don't want anyone, please. I don't want anyone. We can debate. We don't have to be ugly. We don't have to be mean. And this is where, let me see if I can fix this. Whoa. Okay. Nope, disappears me. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if it's gonna what works. I don't know. Nothing's working. But it's okay to say have these debates in the chat. That's what I'm sitting here. This is the whole point of this. We can have civilized debates and not be ugly. We can have it with love. We can have it and show that this country can still go forward. You know. Okay. And debate. Let me see if I can use what I can use here for a mouse. Oh, no, is it gonna work? Something is wrong with my mouse. Trying to let it cool down a little bit here. This is my point of this whole entire live. This is my point of this whole entire live. We can keep the temperature cool and still have conversations respectfully. Okay, guys? Ned, are you here? Okay, I apologize. Okay. Hey, Mike. All right, guys. I'm trying to pull this. I can't pull anything up. No, do not apologize. Mish, do not apologize. No one should apologize for what you believe in. I had to breathe too. You there, Mish?
I am.
Okay.
I wanted to apologize for the way that I did it. If you would like to come up here, I would love to hear your side. I really would. But it's really hard. And this is part of my problem, is I try to listen to everyone. I try to read everything. I try to do the best that I can. And I am so faulty at, oh my gosh, I suck at a lot of things. But I do the best that I can do. And that's all I can do. And I cannot fault myself for that. If anybody has something they want to say, come up, say it, speak your truth. We're not ever going to keep you away from it. But please don't expect us to be able to be all knowing, because we're not.
And a lot gets lost in text.
Please don't expect us to actually look at every single thing and pull everything up, because it's not feasible. Not at this time. We are not great at this. I can hardly see. My eyes are swollen, and I'm a little bit on edge myself. We're just trying to show up the best we can. And I would love for you to show up and do it with us. That would be great, because we need to hear every side that is available and willing to speak. We just got to respect each other. And if we can't, like I was at the point that I disrespected everybody by leaving, but it was because I didn't know if I would be disrespectful further. That's how I stopped it. I would love to be able to speak with you. I really would. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to go back to the bushes now, but I am going to be here if you need something pulled up. Key, I'm your mouse.
Well, I mean, there's a point, Mish, and I'm not ignoring anyone. I just apologize because it was pointed out that and they're right. Mish, I'm just right now, I'm trying to, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
I'm not ignoring the chat at all.
Yeah.
This is something that needs to happen, and
it's hard and it's uncomfortable and it's going to suck. It's going to suck, but we can't just stay down from it either. I could have very easily not come back on here, but I chose to come back because I know Keela doesn't have a mouse. If she had a mouse, I probably wouldn't have, just to be quite honest. But that's where, even through the hard things, we have to stick with it. And we have to understand that I'm not talking out of hate. I don't think you're talking out of hate. Keela, I know you're not talking out of hate. I know that most of us want the same thing. We just go about it differently. And that could be a good thing.
No, that's what the whole thing is about. Just because we can have civil conversations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
But
all.
But this wasn't about one person. What I'm talking about is our speech, our free speech.
Yep.
We should be able to have it. We should be able to use it.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be willing to take another down. And we shouldn't let it be okay. We should not allow that to happen.
Wait, I'm lost.
Hey, Keela Mice, LOL. And she said earlier that it was her fault. It was not your fault for keeping me up late. I stayed up very much later than that. I appreciate what you did and why you spoke to me. And we're going to make that happen too. We really, really, really are. And that's the importance. She was talking to me about the importance of connection and the meets and she wants to be involved in it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. The more people are willing to stand up and be involved in something that's going to bring connection, the better, because we need that more than anything right now. We need loving connection. We need understanding. We need difference. We need this. We need differences of opinion. You know, I've spoken to people in my life that once upon a time I never would have, because I would have been scared to, because they were different. That's how I was raised. And just listening to the comments that my girls have said about me at times, I'm like, wow, they saw me totally different than I saw myself. We have to be willing to look at ourselves more often than we look at other people. If there's fingers pointed, they need to be pointed at ourselves. If somebody feels a certain way because of a certain person, then we need to look at that. Why do I feel this way? Because this person made me feel that. Because they didn't make me feel that. I felt it because of who I am. We can't blame other people for the way that we feel. Everything, Maya. I love.
A lot.
Everything.
It's a lot. And it's very emotional. And I'm going to say, when the mod said, you're probably going to get a whole lot of flashback. You're going to get a whole lot of.
And it's going to hurt a lot more.
But you know what? I'm not trying to. If I seemed. It was not my intention. So my words need to get better. To have these conversations. And I'm going to do my best to do that. Because I want anyone to be able to come in here in general and say their truth and not be attacked for it, as long as it's respectful. And I promise you, we don't ignore the chat, anyone's chat. My mouse literally is not working.
And I'm the queen of not being good at chat. I have like issues.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly it too. If we don't like what was said, then we should argue. If we don't like what's said, we should argue where the issue with the argument is. If someone refuses to listen, that is not our problem.
Right. This was it. It could be done in a respectful manner. I did not. When I titled this, I'm going to go tie it all back together to where YouTube silenced our First Amendment rights. We're in the middle of 2 lives, and they just cut us off right in the middle of them, and then we got it through the third one. I got apology emails from YouTube because I appealed them while we were on here. But the point is that the message never got across because we were cut off before it could be. So they put them back up 11 minute and a 5 minute. That's just as long as we were allowed to speak before they cut us off. After the second time on our third try, you definitely have lost your train of thought and everything that you worked all day.
Maybe that was a message in itself, Keith.
And it may have been. I have no doubt. I don't understand everything. It's not all in my plan. Okay, Miss.
I'm going to say this very calmly. I never try to not listen. If I don't hear something, say that to me. Don't say I don't do something. Say I don't feel heard, because I'm not. No, you can say whatever you want, actually. Say whatever you want to, but I'm trying to listen. I don't behave properly for everyone, and that's okay. If I hurt you or offended you, I apologize for your feeling offended by something I've done. It was not my intention, and I want the best for all of us. But please, I'm starting to feel very backed up, and I don't like that feeling. I don't deserve that either. Neither of us deserve to be disrespected. I have a lot of respect for you, but I don't think that necessarily it always comes across. And I don't think that people understand how I act or I understand how they act. There is an issue with that. So be it. But that's never been my intent. I didn't read. Okay, you're right. You want me to read word for word? Because that'll take a long time if I read every single word that you said and every other person said. Keela, if this were just my channel, I would stay. This is Mental Health Matters, and I am going to go ahead and get off of here. If somebody can help with the mouse, I appreciate it, because I don't want to let you
Please.
down.
Miss, you're not letting me down. Can we take a breath before you leave? And can I ask you, can we please show that we can have a civilized conversation?
I would like to. That's why I'm getting off, because I can't always. I get passionate. I have so much in my mind that I have not worked through. That's why you don't see me doing lives.
I know.
That's why, because I'm not where I need to be to have confident conversations. And I can't placate everybody. I can't do this. This is my dream conversation that we're having right here. This is something that I've wanted to talk about forever.
But we don't want to hurt anyone.
I don't want to hurt anybody. That's why I want to get down, because I'm not able to convey. And apparently I'm not able to listen. So I'm going to respectfully get off of here. It's not out of any anger towards anybody. It's not out of any disrespect. Personally, I cannot take this right now because I'm feeling some kind of way. That's not fair to anybody. And I've got to put myself first right now. And in doing
And
that,
I respect that. I respect that.
So I love y'all.
I love you too.
Even Apollonius, Mama.
I know, and this is raw and it's emotional. And like I said, the mod said that I would, get the backlash from it. And so if I do, I do. But it's something that needs to be had. It's a conversation that needs to be had. It's not anything except for me saying we all need to speak up. We all need to speak up regardless of whether we agree or not. We can agree to disagree. But do it with respect. Don't hurt someone, in words, in text. I was always taught, it's hard for empaths. You can't read emotion into text, right? And into letters. I mean, is that right? That's what I've always, okay. So that's what I always been told. But as an empath, yes, Ned, did you see mine?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that it's just, we could do it with respect. I guess that's my whole point.
And if I don't realize that I'm being disrespectful, then I need to go, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. My tone, my everything is not all me right now.
You just got back from a funeral, for the love of God.
I literally just got home from a funeral.
Sinzu, love you too. Thank you.
And I'm not asking for anybody to give any kind of way for that. I'm just asking that I not have to show up and be something that I feel like I'm not coming across the way that I want to. I'm not trying to be the enemy.
Maya, did you get the link?
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Barely. I don't want anyone being disrespectful and being ugly. We can agree to disagree, and we can also agree to agree. And I like how I like what Sophia said. I'm sorry. I love it. Find the point of that where you don't agree. You know what I mean? Like you there's going to be things you agree on. Get to the point where you don't agree. Then,
and sometimes people just can't show up.
And it's okay to just agree to disagree. We don't have to hurt anyone. You don't have to. I don't know. it's just so much hate, and it shouldn't, and mad, and everyone is still very, very emotionally raw right now. Trust me. But this is the place. For me, this is the safest place to talk about it, because
Well, I'm still here.
I don't want anyone not feeling like they can't be safe to talk about it, whether you agree or disagree of anything. And it's not all it is the First Amendment, our right to freedom of speech, our rights. A lot of us have been in all these different communities, and we've seen. Yes, Senzu. Your anger is a part of grief. Ben.
And I've been doing a lot of this.
Did
And I've been
Maya get
catching
a link?
I
She
put it
asked
in
for
the
one.
chat. I don't have a way to get a hold of Maya otherwise.
Maya, are you still here? I think it's Maya. Are you still in here? I know it takes a minute. I'll throw her the link again. They are okay. No, yeah. There's an. Oh, you're having air, but did you got the link though? Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think she has the link.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
you can hear me now.
I can hear you now.
I decided to do my testing outside the call and not like bother the live with my
Thank you
I
technical
for that.
issues.
absolutely love your avatar. Oh my god,
Oh, thank you. It's my face elf.
it's beautiful.
But I just
No,
want to
it's
say, like, just so everybody knows, like, before we do lives, we have a lot of background work we do as a team for what Keela's expectations are. If we haven't timed somebody out, it's because we're giving them the opportunity to, like, state their opinion, and it can get heated sometimes. Like, don't worry, we're already in the background deciding if we're gonna time people out. So instigating to somebody who's maybe feeling they're not being heard, it doesn't mean they're a troll. It probably means that there was a miscommunication and that we didn't interpret something the way they intended it. So that I
And-
just wanted to say that, like, because that's how it's been on the channel since Keela started it.
And thank
So-
you for that. And I do want to say that that there's a lot of people in here that feel very, very, very protective of us.
I do appreciate that, and I do too. But I have
Yeah.
to remember.
No, you're the mod. You know. I mean, you
Yeah.
know. I don't have to say anything else. You know.
Yeah, but I just mean, like, I just want to tell people, like, if we're in a heated discussion topic and the mods time you out, if we've asked you about 3 times to stop something, that's the limit. It's not that we're targeting you. It's just when you have conversations about stuff like this, that is a very heated topic. Like, you don't want anybody else to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, so trust us that we're going to protect the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just
Thank you for
saying,
that.
because I know that we have to take care of our own mental health too. Like, Keela's taking breaks. Misha leaves sometimes when she gets overwhelmed. But we're all just human. And so I feel like we all have these intense feelings, and it gets really hard to articulate them because we're so passionate.
Yeah.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, because I get, my opinion is Columbine should have been it.
I
It should have
I agree
never.
with you on that
I'm
too.
sorry.
I
Like,
agree
this
with
might
you
be
on too.
this
No.
might be a controversial way to say it, but it's not about the Second Amendment. The issue that we're upset about is people are getting killed.
Yeah, and being scared to walk
And
out.
it should have taken one
One
instance
should have been it. Y'all all know
for
my feelings on
people.
this.
And the thing is, we're human, and the
Shouldn't have
people
even
who
been.
go through the suffering that leads to these situations, like, it's a lack of socioeconomic standing, a lack of, like, you should all go out and watch Eric Klebold's mom's TED Talk. She said in it, at the time my son shot up Columbine, I was driving him an hour and a half 2 times a week to therapy because there wasn't a close enough therapist. I was going through a divorce and I was doing my best. And the minute this happened with my son, I got crucified in the media as a bad parent.
I saw it.
So try not to make assumptions that the people surrounding the person who does this type of thing weren't trying to help them.
Yep.
Like, we have to destigmatize it. I agree. We shouldn't sensationalize it.
Yes,
We
the
shouldn't be-
the sensationalism is
We
ridiculous.
shouldn't be making instant media that focuses on the shooters. The issue at heart is people are getting killed.
Just for speaking or even going to school. Look,
Or
the
just
same
being
day,
who they
3 little
are.
kids. I mean, I call them little kids, 3 high school kids in Denver. Y'all, it's just like, that's not even, I didn't want to talk about any of that. What I wanted to talk about was our free speech and the ability to not have it silenced or threatened. And if we just give it away, it's gone. Maya, hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Maya.
Hi. It's been so long since I've done this YouTube thing, so I kind of forgot how things work.
Glad to have you up here, though.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it was kind of spontaneously, and I'm not sure because I didn't listen to like from the beginning.
Oh, it was just me crying. You're good.
Okay. But from my and remember, number one, like English is my first language, so yeah, and also I'm coming from like my views comes like from across the pond.
But your views are still valid.
Exactly.
That's your truth.
But I have to say, I think it's extremely horrible to see what's going on in the US, and it makes me extremely sad, and it makes me upset, and it makes me scared,
Yes.
and not just with things that going on in the US, but like the whole world. Like it, for me, it feels like the whole world is on fire, and
Yep.
and it's kind of it kind of just I'm waiting for it to explode or what something.
That's what I agree with you. That's how I feel. Like, that's the struggle why I had to disconnect. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I've disconnected too because and I have been I'm not really when I started to go into the ex-Scientology community and all that stuff, I kind of got a new, because United States and all that, it's it's a part of our daily life. We have, but it's far away, and
Right.
but still we have I have always like had this. Yeah, it's a nice, good place, and people, everything is good and big, and everything is big in Texas, and all that.
Yeah, my emotions being number one, probably.
It's,
Maya,
but-
where are
but
you from? Where are you from?
Norway.
Norway. Okay. I knew that.
So,
I just had to ask. I don't know why my brain forgot that.
but when I started to get to know more people from the United States, and when I knew people before, but I haven't really dived into how things are, because I've always just been thinking things are the way I've been thinking that it is. But I realized so much have been kind of I've been so much. I've had so many surprises, or like what? I think I say wait what all the time because, yeah, like your the free speech that like yeah, America is free speech and everything, and then I'm watching like police videos that people are getting arrested for everything, and people are like, and
It's crazy. This post's gone crazy.
it's insane, and I'm so it makes me so upset because, and also, and please remember, I'm not, if this comes across as disrespect, I'm not
You're not
trying to be disrespectful at all, but so many things have shocked me about the United States.
Yeah.
And especially and yeah, the
It's not you, Mom. Go ahead.
and the election, and of course, like, yeah, for me, I'm not used to, and I know many, I don't know, you love Trump or not, but all,
We
like
don't get
the whole,
political on here, so like I said, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs.
yeah, but like the whole administration is kind of, yeah, I'm not sure how I can
That's
say,
why
like
we don't
how,
do political, because it hurts so many people and it causes so much division that that's really, I know people are hurting and there needs to be a space for that. I'm going to say that the first time there needs to be a space to talk about that subject, but we
yeah,
just can't do that in this channel. Mish?
This channel is supposed to be about coming together with all of our beliefs and loving each other, or being respectful enough with each other how we do it, because this is, mental health is much more important than either side.
yeah,
And
yeah. No, I'm not trying.
No,
I'm
Maya,
not.
you're not. We were not.
I'm not really
you're good.
trying to talk
You're good.
politics, but the the division in the States scares me. I'm like across on the other side of the world, but the division you have in your country is insane.
Can I second that?
it's terrifying.
And it's terrifying for us that live here, Maya. Literally,
Oh,
like it's terrifying because bad, evil. It's just evil.
I know, and I feel so bad for you, and I feel so bad for saying that. I feel bad. I'm not. I don't even know what I'm saying.
No, but we understand. You're not he. We understand this. Like I wouldn't know if something happened there. Okay, well I'm a million miles away. It's not, and I never can say things the way that my brain has them laid out to say them.
Me neither.
It's not that we don't care, or I wouldn't care, because God knows I would, but it would be, I understand what you're saying about it not being, it's not like close to home. I couldn't understand what, I understood that JFK was assassinated. I understood it was on TV. I wasn't born then. So I couldn't relate to, I could watch that over and over and over, but I couldn't relate to what people were feeling in that very moment. And that is why this right here, things that are taking place, like the poor lady on the subway and the children that just keep going and going, and all of this, and people, this felt like our JFK, and I'm not comparing men, I'm saying incidents, but it's not something that I will ever get over. You can't unsee that, and it's scary knowing that I live here. So that's why
I know
I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm tired of it.
that the thing that happened with Charlie Kirk, or that
He was
Yeah,
a father and a
it's
husband.
etched into my mind. Like also it. Uh,
It's bad, Maya. You can't unsee it.
no, 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 and I cannot even begin to understand how it actually is to live over there when I'm so scared when I'm sitting on the other side of the world.
Maya, you said that, and I'm glad you did. You brought up something I want to make a point about, and if anybody in here that's up here wants to jump in, please. You're exactly right, Maya. We shouldn't be on the national news with these reports. This is not normal human behavior. This is evil.
Let
We,
me
Yeah,
as a country, I'm embarrassed that this is what other countries are looking at.
can I
yeah,
jump in
Yes, Ned.
quick and say it is my belief that we are being put against each other, whether it be political, whether it be geological, whether it be skin color, whether it be any choice that we make for ourselves, we are being pitted against each other.
absolutely.
And because of that, what do you do if you're scared and there's a lot of people against you? You divide everybody because you don't want them to come after you. That is what is
Divide and
being done. And it is not, I don't think, any one particular, I don't want to go into that again. Basically, we are falling for this when we argue and when we fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stand in love is going to win. Love always wins. Like I said at the very beginning, Maya said at the very beginning, I'm like, I live in my faith. I will never apologize for that. That is my belief. That is my faith. That's what gets me through every single day. But what I did say at the beginning is all the evil, and it's palpable
Hmm.
evil.
It's an
We
issue of
all
humanity.
We already know that ending. I read the book. I read the end. I know who wins in the end, and it's love that wins in the end. But we got to survive till then. And the only way to do that is stop hurting one another and start having conversations and quit
yeah, but
censoring people and quit being the violence is just, oh, over here. The violence is horrible.
uh, that's one thing. That's another thing that it's very difficult for me to see because Norwegian people, Scandinavian people, like we are not like that. We don't scream and yell like when you are much more. I don't know. We are kind of just the same. Everyone is the same, and so I'm not used to that kind of thing at all. And
And
to
I'm glad.
see,
Oh, I'm glad.
oh yeah, yeah, I'm glad too, but I'm sad that it's not like well, it's not that everyone needs to be the same, but accept that we are different. Why don't accept that we are different? And that I don't think any human beings are more worth than another human being.
No, no. Retired Red, I
No,
see you sneak in here and I love you. Sorry. And Tomas, I love you. I had to say that because I haven't seen Red in a while.
oh hi, yeah, hi, Red.
Um, I'm glad you're not used to it. Nobody should be used to it.
Yeah,
That's not,
yeah,
nobody
it's
should
not,
be.
and it's not normal, and well, normal.
But this time I'm going to agree with you. It's not
It's just
normal. It's
yeah,
not.
yeah. If it's normal, it's not a good normal. It's
No, this evil I'm not going to settle for. I'm just not. It's evil. It's evil.
and I think U.S. have a lot of issues that needs to be. Well, after I've started to kind of get more to know more about how the US really works, like when I got to know people and start to like watch more, like pay
Yeah.
attention more.
Mhm.
I've been saying for like maybe like from especially when I started to watch like the police, like the crazy police videos, I've been saying, okay, this is not working at all. Something has to change.
I agree.
And
Yeah. And I think instant media, like, I think we should go back to how it was before, like, social media existed. Like, we need media blackouts till they know the facts, because having instant media the second something happens is where
Right.
all of these misunderstandings come.
And
Because, okay,
3,000
how easy is it going to be for someone to watch this video, clip me at the wrong moment, and
Right.
put it on hate Reddit, which I wouldn't even know because I don't look at hate Reddit. But
Me
it's like,
neither.
how many times are people's intentions misconstrued because the media clips the most horrible thing they said?
Mhm.
They don't
And
clip,
spew
they
it
don't
as
show the whole clip. They show the worst 5 minutes of like an hour and a half long debate. And
Right.
it's like, you have to, like, I was really upset at first. And when people were like, yeah, but he said all these horrible things, I'm like, okay, well, you could be a horrible, sexist, homophobic, racist, but it still doesn't give somebody the right to decide when you live and die.
Exactly.
There you go.
And if we take out the humanity of it, because I asked someone, I was like, what would happen if instead of him, it was me? My friend who was like kind of saying some really crazy stuff. I was like, what if it was me instead of him that got shot for debating people?
First of all,
Because someone disagreed with me. Would you be
That's right.
saying the same thing? Would you be making these memes that, like, they're not making memes, but would you support
no,
people?
but it's evil that are celebrating.
But I
a
asked, I was like,
politics.
if it was me, like if I was putting myself out there defending my position and someone disagreed with me and shot me to death, would you be making memes and celebrating the fact that I was dead? And they're like, no, you're my friend. I'm like, exactly.
The voice of
I'm
And
like, that's the exact
everyone is
point.
someone's friend.
That's
Like-
why I feel so bad about what happened earlier. I do want to apologize for that. And that is something, you know, I appreciate so much the support that was in the chat, but at the same time, I don't want anybody to feel attacked on that end either because of me. Because I will tell y'all, this is the fourth video that I've gone live on, and I have not been able to hold myself under control.
You're human.
But I'm also just as human as everybody else. And so we have to understand that just because they're our friends or we believe one way or another, still we don't fight hate with hate. And whenever we know our limits, and we should be able to accept that and walk away and fight another day. And when I say fight, I don't mean hate for hate, because hate for hate will never win. But the more that we do this, the more that we give into that, the less love there is and the more hate there is.
I agree with you.
And on that note, I am going to, because I haven't had a chance to wind down from.
No,
you
and
know,
I
or
agree.
anything.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mish. That's a tough day.
Well, I just
Miss,
need to
thank you
step
for
out
being
a little
here.
But I do love all of y'all, every single one of y'all.
Too.
Mwah.
Same. Bye.
Sometimes I wonder what I would do without all of you.
I mean,
And
look
then
at
I
we've connected
disconnect.
over.
I mean, I disconnect, and then look, I disconnected from the internet. And the first thing, when I could get myself to hold a sentence without tears falling, which I think this is probably the longest, is I wanted my chosen family back. I wanted this space. I wanted my friends. I had to have my friends. I was warned time over and over again, you know, you're going to get backlash. This is not going to go where you want it to go, and this and that. It's going to go where it's going to go. It's going to touch who it's supposed to touch. And that's all I can do is try to be better and do the next right thing.
Yeah, well, and I think the important thing too is like and by they I mean pretty much the government and media in general, Like news networks have a goal. They have a side. They have a side they're pitching. And unfortunately, it's our individual responsibility to seek out the middle ground and fill in the gaps there. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
And our lives matter. Regardless of if you disagree with
Mish,
somebody.
we love you and thank you for being here.
You know,
No,
there's
I agree.
people in our community that are different generations.
Yes.
Like, you have to do the research. Like, here's an example that's personal to me. So when I first came out to my parents, my dad's original reaction was, "But are you safe?"
Mm-hmm.
He's like, are you aware that you could be unsafe in certain situations if you had a girlfriend? And I said, yes, I'm aware. He's like, do you know who Matthew Shepard is? And so their original resistance to accepting me wasn't because they didn't accept me. It was because they now knew that my safety in the world was threatened.
And
it's so messed up to me.
It is
that
messed
we
up.
even had a Sandy Hook.
There should have been nothing. There should be
Columbine
none.
shouldn't have happened, but because it did, and instead of talking about access to mental health, destigmatizing the need for therapy for kids and adults in certain professions, and like setting up a world where people had access to these important services, we have a world where they don't have access, where they commoditized healthcare and mental health care, and it puts people in a position where they could have seen the red flags. They could have tried to help their family member. But there's only so much you can do to prevent situations from happening. And unfortunately, when you're an adult, when you're 18, now I think it should be 21. Like, if you can't drink till you're 21,
I agree with either move your if you can go fight for our country at 18, why can't you have a beer at 18? I'm just
right. No, just throw that out there. But my main point was like, if you're
crazy, am I
18
right? Thomas, hey,
years
I
old,
can't use my mouse. Can somebody please pull Thomas?
Which one?
I can't even see.
He had a lot to. He was saying a lot.
The
So
last, he just had one.
Let me scroll it.
Not the one that's just now. I love you.
Not acceptable, but no one should be surprised by it in today's political climate. Oh, it's not.
No. It's just like it was just a few up. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. My mouse is something.
No, you're good.
Really wrong.
Is it when you've seen it in real life? That one? About getting desensitized.
Well, that was one I wanted to put up there, but then there was another one he had about evil people.
Let me see if I can find it. It's also not letting me star for some reason.
It's not going to let you start with the guest link. So you just have to. Oh, you can't pop them up, can you?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so Thomas, what you said about that some, when you said no, some people shouldn't. Some people shouldn't exist because they're evil. That's a lot. That's a whole other subject that I've really, really thought about lately. Because you're right, evil. We're fighting evil forces. This feels different. This feels heavy. This feels not of humanity to me. Love you, Red. It doesn't feel like humanity to me. This feels evil. And it's like I mean, with the poor lady on the bus, on the subway and stuff like that. That's it's evil. Because how can a human being, please tell me if I'm, love you, Tiff, thank you. Please I want both of you to tell me. If, I don't think it's possible for a human being to commit those evil acts without some help from the evil side. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't fathom it. Does that make sense?
Well, the mental health comes in, I guess, if you are mental issues and untreatable, that you cannot get because
Every-
your healthcare is in. And I honestly,
that-
I don't know. I don't understand how you survive.
Maya, that's why we
I
started this channel, is
I
because of
cannot.
people not being able to have it just at least somewhere to come and talk because they can't access it.
Yeah, and I cannot wrap my head around why so many people are against the healthcare being the way we have it. That yeah, we pay some tax, but you pay taxes too, and you have to pay the insurance on top of it. So
Oh yeah, and
it's
don't get
so
me going about big pharma because that's a whole nother show.
yeah, and
I mean, I'm just saying there's so much you're right about, Maya. But do you know the bottom line is it doesn't really matter what we want, what we don't want. We don't get that option, and that's the
I
bad thing.
know, but from my point of view, I don't understand how you manage to survive with
Faith,
with the options you have.
faith,
I
and
I
doing
would I would not. I'm not. I would be. Yeah.
The
just
sad
doing
thing is
the best with what we have.
that
That's what we've
sometimes we
learned.
don't.
Right.
Right. And also, but that's my point. With the mental health, that people can do some crazy shit when
Just they can.
they are mentally ill and they cannot get help and they can't get the medications and they can because everything you get,
Working it
you
every
are
day.
you have a shut door in your face every day. You cannot
Yeah. It's
get in.
exhausting. It's
Yeah,
exhausting. It is
yeah,
just exhausting to
and
have
it's
been
and
in this
it's
field for
horrible.
so
It's
long,
it
and
and
it's
it.
not changing to get where our resources aren't any better.
I know they're getting worse. That's the worst
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And that the richest country in the history of the world is the only developed country that don't have healthcare for people. It's insane.
I think about it every day. And that's why we started this channel. That's exactly why. Because I got so tired of seeing people hurting in chat saying they can't. This is not therapy. This is not the replacement of a doctor. This is some safe place people can come to be heard because people need to be heard.
Yeah, but also that you don't have the healthcare option, but at the same time you want your guns, and those two options don't really go together very well sometimes. When
Well, I
people,
think that goes. Yeah, I promise the mods no Second Amendment talk. I know it needs to be talked about, but um, this wasn't the time. It's too raw over here. Like it's too raw.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's a bit of a
Right now,
actually a overcomplicated constitutional thing, and
yeah, because it's in our founding constitution.
yeah, I understand, but I'm just um giving you my because I'm on the, and I'm not saying we can own guns. You can. It's not. I'm not saying that you cannot own
Right.
guns, but if you have better healthcare, so people that actually what's mentally ill, they could get the help and could, because often
Yes.
the
oh, I
people
see
who
what you're
do
saying.
those
Yes,
things,
I see what she's saying. Invest in the preventative.
I
What is it, an
think
ounce
I
of
think the
prevention?
issue is the preventative is being left up to states' rights, which that's a whole history lesson on its own, state versus federal, unfortunately. But like I know in my state, like if you have certain mental health in your record, I hate that we have to censor ourselves, but if you have
Yeah.
certain things in your background, you can't even apply for the license to own a gun. Like, for example, I've said in the chat before, like I had something like that. So I can't even
Be-
apply.
Be careful with that G word. They'll knock us off. Even though it's supposed to be free speech, I wanted to leave this platform open for free speech. And if we,
Yeah, but you know what I mean is like I've had that kind of attempt in my past, and in my state, that means I can't even apply for the license to own a gun. I mean,
it's
God,
okay.
I did it again. Sorry, Keela. I was like, which one? Which word am I censoring? Oh, both. But you know what I mean. So
No, I mean, it's really deep, and I agree, Maya. If we more mental health care resources in this country, I've been doing this 21 years. That's all I've done for 20. Well, not all. I was doing paramedic back and forth like a long time of that, but I'm saying advocate for more mental health resources, advocate for people with mental health. I went to school, I got degrees, I did everything, I've done everything. And do you know that it's no better? I mean, it's just like getting worse. An ounce of prevention. What is it called? Is
And
worth
now,
the manure, or an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of manure. I don't know what that
and
is.
now I see like doctors are quitting because they can't deal with all the insurance companies. And so
Maya, do you know that our insurance companies and our pharmacists say if we can fill our prescriptions from our doctors, no
so,
matter what
sorry.
prescription?
Well, yeah, that you can get whatever you want, you
No,
need.
no. Our doctor
No,
writes a prescription. Well, they are all on a e-system now, where they send it in over this,
yeah,
over electronically.
yeah.
Do you know that the pharmacist can decide whether or not I can have that medication filled? Even though my doctor
Is
wrote it and I need it, the
wait,
pharmacist
your
decides.
pharmacist, not your insurance
It will
company?
by either or, both. Yeah, the feds run the meds now. Red's right.
What? Sorry,
Yes.
wait. I'm having a wait what moment again?
We
Your
cannot choose to get our meds filled. We cannot go up there and say, "Hey, my doctor called in this prescription." The pharmacists and insurance companies decide whether you can get it filled or not. It doesn't matter that your doctor sent it. It doesn't matter
yeah,
that your doctor. What matters is that
I
pharmacist and insurance has to say it's okay to fill it, or they
I know.
refuse.
I didn't know that pharmacist also was involved in this. But
Oh yeah.
I know about the insurance
Oh no,
company.
the pharmacist. Yeah, I had
And
to switch pharmacies because of it.
what? That's so
Because
insane.
the one pharmacy will not fill my meds. They say because I'm on what is it called? The same drug class. Just because I'm on two different ones in that same class, the
Yeah, but
pharmacist sees the black box warning saying that it can't be compatible with my other drug. You don't think my doctor doesn't go through that first? You don't think that we don't, it doesn't,
exactly.
but the pharmacist refused to fill it, and to this day won't fill one of my medications that I'm supposed to be having.
Oh my God, that's
Yes, my chest is probably really getting ready, because I'm telling you, I fight this fight every day. Just because my
and
psychiatric resident, they're on 3 or 4 antipsychotics of the same class, because you know why? They're effective, they work, and they've been stable, but yet the insurance companies now and the pharmacists say, "No, we're taking that away." So what are we doing? We're gonna fix them to make
here's
20
my
people
soap. Here's
unstable, put them
yep.
back in the hospital, and here we go again. Okay, I'm off my
It's
soapbox.
okay. I'm not. I'm on your soapbox. Sorry, stealing it. I had a bad end and beginning to last year and this year because halfway through COVID, my first anti-SAD medication
Mhm.
gave me acid reflux. So essentially that meant I cold turkey went off it, which you're not supposed to do. And I'd been on that for a decade, but I had acid reflux. It's like I would swallow it and throw it back up. And I was like, I'm not doing this every day.
Red, if you're there,
And I had to like
let me
call
ask Red,
my
can you come back, Red? Because we have a problem. Nobody can start questions, or even pull up comments if you're not busy, Red, on this on the
yeah,
main
we'll
channel,
have to add me back to the back room link
because
if you have one.
my mouse is broke.
Oh
It-
yeah, your mouse is broken.
just now, I will have another one as soon as we get off here. But as of right now, we can't even pull comments up, and I don't want anyone thinking they're not being heard.
Yeah, and like it's especially sad because it's like, yeah, you're right, Ben. People going through cancer treatment can't even get their pain medication filled at certain pharmacies.
What?
Oh yeah, they denied. They denied.
Oh, this
And what's
give-
messed up
I get
is,
so frustrated.
like,
Thank
for
you.
example, like my healthcare through my work, like, guess what my deductible is out of pocket before they'll start paying for half of my cost.
It's too much.
I mean, chat, take a guess. So put some numbers in there. I kind of
Too
want to
much.
see what people are thinking. I'll give a couple people a minute to see if they can guess what my out of pocket deductible is. Oh God, I wish it was that low.
5K.
Kim's close. Yeah, mine is
What?
it went from 5K to 6K because
To
the
what?
company
What?
What?
because you know why when I called them they said because I used it too much. I had a freaking cancer surgery 2 years ago. I had to use my insurance to get all the
So let me
testing.
guess, Indigo. Instead of this, oh, everyone can be here even if you have pre-existing conditions. That's the law. They have to take you. But they don't have to tell you what price they're taking you at.
Exactly. And that's not in
Oh my
counting
God,
all
Thomas.
of the
Oh,
stuff.
Ben.
Oh my God, yeah. That's another thing that we have in common with people. Like, that
Jesus.
means that between, like, I have to go in and get an ultrasound on my stomach. And I've only went to the doctor 2 times this year so far, which means I'm going to have to pay that entire amount
When you go.
on
because-
a payment plan. No, on a payment plan. I just go to billing and I'm like, put me on your payment plan. I don't have $200 to $300 out of pocket like for that day to go in.
Yeah, because you have to pay the full price until you meet your deductible.
And because at the beginning of this year, I had my issues. I have to go in every 6 months to check it in person with my psychiatrist.
Yeah.
That's another expense. So it's like we're
Oh, it's
fighting
okay,
like a
Ray.
losing
Thank you,
we're
though.
fighting like a losing battle. And then you see these situations where these kids are suffering and they don't have the vocabulary that adults have to explain what they're feeling or going through. And they're seeing on the news, there's in games and stuff, like it is not the movie's fault or video games' fault
Thank you for
that
saying
these
that.
things happen
Thank you for
because
saying that.
parents teach their kids the difference between fantasy and reality. The issue is we're not giving them safe locations to express their anger, and
Or
it's being
we're,
bottled up and they're taking it out because they see these things in the media all the time.
Media, social media is what I was fixing to say.
Yeah.
Social media's
Social media is it's bad.
it damaged me this week.
It's ruining everyone. And I've said it, and I've never
Mish,
I've
I'm
never
so
been a
sorry.
social media, like, yeah, I kind of got hooked on YouTube, like here.
Me and you both, Maya. Me and you
but-
both.
Maya, I loved your channel.
I
It was
do
so
too.
calming.
I know.
Watching you and
I would
Brad
just
do art.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was-
I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
kind of, but I've been watching some. I've went down like the United States rabbit hole lately. So I've been watching.
God,
So
it's embarrassing.
I know so much more about
I'm sorry.
U.S. politics than I know
Sorry, I'm
about
so
politics of.
I mean, it's sad when I'm sitting here saying I'm embarrassed to live in our country. I love our country. I love my country. This is the freest nation on earth. I mean, my brothers and sisters have, my uncles, MIA, killed in action, whatever, POW in Vietnam. My whole family, my entire life has fought for this freedoms for this country. And I believe in freedoms for this country. But by God, let me put it this way, our behavior could be better. A lot better. Does that make sense?
yeah, and also, and I'm a very acceptable, but I'm not the person that kind of because you think don't think the same about certain stuff, and I don't think I've ever done this before, but because I had a couple of friends, I've known them for 10 years, like from the
Mhm.
US, that we have played this game. We kind of got to know each other, and then through a just silly iPad game, whatever, and we have kept in touch, and we have played, and we have been talking, and we have been chatting, and like for 10 years.
Mhm.
But now when all the deportations, and I knew that they had voted for Trump, like for all three times, but I didn't know how it was like they was changing, and when the deportation started and all that stuff, and they started to, and I'm like,
Things have just kind of
but
got, yeah, it just kind of went exploded.
do you think this is okay? And they're like,
But
yeah,
it was
yeah.
before then. It was
And
before then. I mean, look in 20, go back to 2020, Maya. Look in the streets in 2020. Look at the just, I don't know how to say it. We're meant to be, tribes and social people. We're social people. We have to be around other people. We're not meant to isolate. And I don't know what happened, but the country that I know is not recognizable. I'm praying really hard we can
yeah,
get there,
yeah,
get
the
back there.
2020, I'm not sure if, but yeah,
It's ever since then to me, but I know that it
uh,
was the pandemic. And I know that a lot of people had to be, isolated and lost a lot of people and couldn't grieve them. And a lot of that's just built up. My belief is, I mean, people are still got all this built up hostility towards things that they're not even over or through from that they've been going through for the last 5 years. Nobody knows
Well,
what
we
to
went
do with it.
through a collective world trauma. Like
yeah,
everybody went through the pandemic.
Yep.
And the thing is with that is, so we're like grieving as a world, but we're also grieving as separate countries, but also separate towns and individual people and individual families. So it's just like layers upon layers upon
Above my hair.
layers. And then they were restricting people talking about
Yeah. Censoring.
it.
First Amendment. There we go.
They were censoring us talking about
Anything.
the pandemic.
Anything.
So
We
it's
were
like not
censored.
only did we go through a world trauma, we couldn't even talk about it on social media without getting struck down. So then it's like forcing us into silence. And then what we did, they lift it and they're like, go back to your life. Like, how are we supposed to do that?
And here you go. Thank you for bringing that up because I
Like,
want to
it's
say something.
astronomical, like the silencing that happened. And then people
And
would try to come out and say, like, how are we supposed to get help if
okay.
I'm in lockdown with like a DV spouse?
All right, here. So let me,
Like,
Yeah,
I
it's just
agree with that. No, I agree with that. So let me
sad.
say my comment. What you just said, Indigo, was exactly correct. We don't know how to come out of it. How do we come out of it? We were taught to isolate, to divide. You have these layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. Where and how do we do this? Same thing. You couldn't get help. You couldn't get this. You couldn't get that. There was no place for all the built up anger to go, and it turned to violence. And I believe that's when it started being acceptable, and it's not acceptable, in my opinion. Never. But do you understand, Indigo, when you said that, you made it just, I had a flash to look what it's done. It did just what it was designed to do. We need to prove it wrong. I'm done. I'm sorry.
I developed a different language during that time. And a lot of my peers at the time did as well. Because in censoring, we had to speak certain ways. We had to change the words around. I had so many videos that are half done because by the time I got actually researched the topic, I did my due diligence. I did the things that were necessary to get the facts versus just assumption or headlines. It was already out of, there was no more reason to have it put up. It was, the point was moot, and we were on to the next thing. That's part of what happened to our world and our media, and our own thinking became so diluted because it became nothing but headlines and not the facts, the meat of the matter. And we have so much more information right now.
Just don't believe everything you hear or see or
Oh,
read. Research
okay.
both sides, both this, both that. There shouldn't even be sides, but I'm going to get into that.
Okay, now I need a soapbox.
Oh, go ahead, Maya.
Real quick, I popped on here for one thing real quick.
Well, none of
Indigo.
us have mouses, so just so you know.
I know, that's why I popped back on, actually, is because I was going to say, Indigo, if you will check your messages, Tiff sent you something, and you should be able to start.
I know, but I have to be authenticated to get into the login. But
Yeah.
like, we can do that later.
No, you
I
can,
think.
though. That's what I was saying. There's something set up. And so if you'll just go check on that and then come back in under that, you should be able to. Because I need to go and I want to hear mine, but I can't. I just don't want to leave you hanging because you won't even be able to end the stream.
Kim, I don't know if what y'all are talking about, but I'm gonna say one thing. Some current events. I will forever. I can't unsee what I saw, and I had to disconnect from social media because of that. It traumatized me, and I'm a paramedic that has worked those kind of scenes forever. But let me tell you something. I will never be able to unsee that tragedy, and I cannot even handle it when I think about a baby boy and a baby girl.
I will be back in a second.
I can't unsee it. And that's what I'm sick of social media. They just, you have 3,000 people somewhere with their cell phones recording everything. And instead of, let's just see how, hey, Rick, let's just see how it goes. Or let's actually take part in watching it. There's going to be plenty of news coverage. Take your pictures, whatever. Let's be a part of not looking through the lenses. And then maybe half of us wouldn't have been so freaking traumatized by something that just popped up on our social media feed.
It's so insane that people are that people are posting those kinds of things. Everything. Why do everything have to go? Yeah, it's
just
like
an evil force. I feel it. It's heavy over here. It's so heavy to me. I just feel like our First Amendment rights are just being stripped away. Or if you don't like what you say, let's just take that person out. Let's just do this. No, it's not acceptable. Violence is not the way. I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm not. Be not afraid, and I'm not. I'm going to say I love every single person, and I will always want to provide a safe space. This is a different kind of life. This is a raw, emotional. We're grieving here. Of just the idea of 2 children and a wife, not, and the ideas that that was an attack on our First Amendment, no matter what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like his kids witnessed that.
They were there.
So not only like did they lose him, but now they're going to be traumatized for the rest of their life. And now their mom has to figure out how to move forward without her husband. And it took less than 30 seconds.
Yeah. Indigo, when you said that, what is so to me, it's just a sign for me. Okay. So 30 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever it took, it was a 3. Okay. It took him he was up there. He was on the thing for 30 minutes when it happened. It took him 33 hours to capture the person that did it. I'm about all the 3 signs, and I don't know why that just come across my mind when you said that, but that is just like the 3s, and then you go back, and I go back to my faith, you know, the 3s
Yeah.
in the Bible, the Holy Trinity. And I'm not sorry for my faith, and that's the only thing that gets me through this right now, because without faith, there's no hope.
Oh, Mandy, hi. I didn't see her sneak in.
Where's
They
Mandy? Oh, I didn't either.
they
I
sneak in.
can't use my mouse.
Can you
Yeah,
check?
this-
Can you
this
check the
school-
email
this-
really quick, Keela, and say what the code is? Because I think I can get into StreamYard.
Yes, let me do it on my phone.
The-
Mandy,
the fact that the
and there was-
school shooting was the same day.
No, I mentioned that. Y'all don't. Oh, go watch. Be careful. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning too. All on the same day that my dad's 25th anniversary, that he was taken from us by a lunatic person that unalived him 25 years ago that day. And then so many things happened that day. It was just unbelievable. And it's
And then you
sad because I know that day, September 10th, forever. What that day on that calendar means is the day that I lost my father. And now there's 2 children. They can say the same thing on the same day.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
And it was
I
an
was-
attack
I was
on our
muted.
First Amendment. And
I was
our
gonna
First
say, like-
Amendment is there for a reason. Should not be afraid, and I'm not going to be afraid anymore.
And that's the thing is, like, it starts with a random debate at a college, and then it's going to spread to any other time people are trying to speak out against something. That's the thing is, like, there's enough people that would take what this person did and literally copycat it,
There's nothing here.
you know? And then that's like what we want to try to prevent, because all of our lives matter.
Yeah.
And I think all the divisions that we've seen in the last decade have been extrapolated by social media, by people twisting what people have said. Sure, you can argue that some people have said very vile opinions. And you can get upset, and you have the right to be upset about them saying those vile things, but that still doesn't give anyone the right to decide if you can live and die.
Thank you for that.
That's not up to
No.
individual people.
No,
Like
it's-
we get angry at serial killers and we put them in jail for life for a reason. Because they decided 12 or 20 times that somebody deserved to be killed. So if it's
There's-
wrong for them, it's wrong for everyone to take that action. The minute you try to justify assassinations as the right reaction, we're going to fall and spiral pretty fast into a very scary, dangerous place.
And that's exactly why
Yeah.
I said, the only way to keep our First Amendment rights is not to let them be taken.
But I have to say something with
Go ahead, Maya.
with the press and all the, because like I said, I've been following both like news channels. Not
Oh, I think nobody
like
over
on-
here watches those.
no, but I have not complete, like, but uses snippets here and there from different channels and everything, so you kind of know where. And it baffles me how different the news channels prevent things, like they say things. Not prevent. It's,
Baffles
yeah,
me
they
too.
and
It
and
wasn't
then
always like this.
and I've been like looking into stuff and reading and everything, and I came across something that because you have your free speech and all that stuff, it's so important to you, and we
Oh, I need to know what number.
but
Hang on, somebody needs this, and I can't get the number. I need the number Indigo. 34, 50, or 71. I'm trying to get her. Uh-oh. I need the number. Indigo, you're muted. Trying to
I
get
said
your...
we can figure sign-ins after the stream.
No, I mean, I've just got an alert. I just need to know if it's 34. Oh, it's Mish. Never mind. I am Mish. What number? What did I say? Oh, God. 34, 50, 71.
I think that might be an old one. Let me see.
That's the only one I've gotten in my phone.
Yeah, I tried that. Maybe I waited too long. Give me a
Yeah.
sec.
Well, I mean, oh, okay. So send me another one. Okay. Oh, crap. Did
Okay,
you
it
do
should be sending it right now.
Okay. Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
I feel like that was a phrase that's now part of just the human experience because we're so like tech heavy.
And see, I'm so not. Okay. Here we go. Yes, it's me. Okay, I need to know the number. 33, 41, 52. I have to touch it.
Oh my gosh, it's just not.
33, 41, 52. Oh, Mish might have it. Hang on, I'm trying, guys. Or just don't click on it. Right, Rich? I don't know what in the heck is going on. No, when
Oh, 7th. Nice to see you.
I'm just waiting on a... Okay, now she told me what it is. Okay. Now, you're good. Yes, I'm sure. How many notifications? But we got this thing locked down, guys.
Oh no.
Taking 3 people to get in. Sorry, maybe we needed this breather.
Yeah, we'll take a pause.
Yes, it was me. Oh my gosh, how many times?
Oh my gosh. And like the
Done.
wild thing is now I had to
Okay.
convince Facebook I was a real person to get my account back 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I'm not a robot, god damn it.
That's another issue.
I'm a real
There's
person.
so many let's see, bots, just spam bots that put out false information, Maya. But I mean, I would like they're all coming to me. I'm like, that's fake. It's fake news. I just watched.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fake news. I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you see what they do? They like literally that is not true. And,
But
and
that's
you
the-
have to
the-
dig for it, but they don't care. They don't care that they lie to the public.
Yeah, because I came across something. I don't remember what the thing. It's something world whatever.
Thank you, Seven Sun, for putting the links in.
Something countries signed and something. But anyway, the U.S. didn't want to sign one of the things that because you wanted to have the free press.
That's First
And-
Amendment, free speech, free press.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so the
Yeah,
so
right.
the-
But we have fair press, so the press they can tell lies, like straight out lies.
Wish that. Well, we have I guess we do have a. Okay, so Rick's posting links on Mish's channel. Is there somebody available to post links for everybody's channel in MHM? Oh, I can see both chats is the only reason I'm asking, please. Anyway, Maya, just one moment.
Yeah, so
Because
like
I don't wanna
the
say this
reason
wrong.
that we have like the quick recap of America. the
Oh,
history.
dear
Yeah,
Lord.
but the
They left
the-
to
you-
England to have freedom of religion and freedom of whatever thought, whatever. We came
Free
up with our
exercise,
constitution so
speech.
that we could have freedom of the press to publish the news, right? So that people
Let me
with
read it
different
for you.
perspectives can still share their opinion, and the government can't throw you in jail for writing an op-ed.
Hey,
Like
Holy
that's
Ghost.
that's what the First Amendment protects. Now
See,
it's
freedom
been
of the press.
expanded.
Let me interrupt. Freedom of the
It's
press. The right allows for the publication and dissemination of information without government censorship. It's
yeah, that's
closely
what I said.
related to freedom of speech and is crucial for a free and independent media. The only
Yeah.
recourse you have is libel and defamation.
That's true.
Yeah.
So like it basically protects it so that someone can't be like, I disagree with your opinion, I'm throwing you in jail. Okay, you can disagree with me, but I still have like freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences though.
Thank you. And just because you can say it doesn't mean you should. Always.
Yeah, but we can have different opinions here also, but you have to say that it's like you when I'm seeing like I'm not talking about like YouTube channels, but like TV channels when they say so different things, and because you know like what channels you trust and what kind of channels you align more with, and that
You know
that you
what's
trust more.
You know what's funny?
But
I don't trust any mainstream media. I watch YouTube for news, and maybe I
yeah,
shouldn't say that, but you know why? Because it's the closest to real you're gonna get because they're down there.
right. I
So
know,
they're okay.
but
So that I don't watch mainstream media.
yeah, no, but some people do, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm
anyway,
sure. Oh yeah, a lot do.
um, but because when I've heard the people like Channel Dave said completely opposite things, then I go and check. I go and do some fact checking.
And thank you for that, because that's what
And but how many people do that like
love you,
on a
Miss.
daily basis? So but because the government can tell you what to say, and the news have been entertainment of the news over here is super boring. It's not. Yeah, it's nothing.
They
Like
sensationalize everything here. And I can say monosodium glutamate. Sorry, Ben. I just can't click on it. But Maya, yeah,
so
you're right about
so
that. I mean, like you're right.
so
It should be
that
boring.
and people who watch NBC News and people who watch Fox News, and they just watch those channels. They refuse to watch the other one, and
That's
they don't, when they don't fact and they don't, if they hear something else, they just no, that's not true, and nothing. It's not
and
possible
that's what
to
I
change
mean.
your mind.
An echo chamber.
That's when it gets super scary, because you get so divided like you are
We're
now, and
divided,
it's
absolutely.
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, super horrible. I'm scared for you. I'm sitting over here scared for like civil, yeah,
And then when it
and
happens, and if it happens, but I always just believe there's like a pendulum that maybe we can turn this thing around. This is the greatest experiment in the world. We're going on 250 years of this great experiment called America, with framers of the Constitution and the right and the freedoms, and to live a free person. And it's the greatest experiment on earth. And what are we doing with it? 250 years. Look what we've done. Can we do better? Do something bigger than ourselves. Do
yeah,
something to make this
and
world better than when you found it.
right, and also it's extremely super frustrating to hear people with power talk and lie about us over here. Like, we know that this is not true, but because it's coming from the right people, it's what can we do? And yeah,
We make our
and
voices heard, Maya. We speak up. We speak the truth. The truth always wins. Speak the truth.
yeah, and it's scary that everything can be said without. Your free speech is kind of scary, to be honest. Sometimes I like we have what we have, not free, we have what is it called, we have free speech, but we can, to a certain degree, like, you can't attack anyone, and you can't like scream all the things that you can scream to each other over there and call each other names and all that stuff. But I honestly, I don't need that. I don't miss.
I don't need that.
That's not like free speech. Yeah, but you can can't you speak without using, like, swear and use
And
and
that
be
would
really mean?
that would
So
be
mean,
a humanity issue. That is
right?
exactly right. It's the human. What type of human being do you choose to be and choose to live and choose to act?
Yeah,
Rick,
and
what is
when
going
you
on there? Why don't you come up here, Rick? On MA, well, I guess it could be either side. I mean, we're doing everything from MHM side. Why don't you come up here? Can you? I would like to hear about that.
and because your free speech is it's so important to you, and I understand that, but like, we never talk about that we have free, like, we we say whatever we want, and uh,
It's when they try to take the
and
rights away from us.
we the only thing, we try to do it with respect.
I agree with that.
We
It's
have this saying that you have to it's
love wins.
it's not possible, to translate, but we have a certain word for it, and
Mhm.
that's like, and you have to teach your kids this, like, people customs, like, if I'm going to translate it, like, but it's behave. You have to teach your kids to behave.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Can we just behave over here instead of acting
Yeah,
like
behave. How
like
hard can it
acting like
be?
worse than children? I mean, come on. It's our behavior that the world is looking at, and I am ashamed about it. This, like I said, evil is here. Holy Rogue, I am so with you on this. I've been preaching this since I got on here. Evil is so palpable. But you know what? I've already read the end, and I know how it ends. I've read my book. I know how it ends. And love and kindness and heaven wins. Evil loses, and it already knows it. We just have to keep pushing with kindness and love and respect. Like Maya said, people were respectful. Be how it's so much easier to be kind.
Think about it this way.
Yeah.
If you look back, like, if you could take a time machine back to when, like, Abe Lincoln ran for president, right? They actually had to go around and debate in tours before they were nominated for their parties. Like, they had to go around before the presidential election
Mhm.
to get the nomination, right? So they had to debate all around the country with people who
yeah.
thought differently than them. And the thing is,
Me
when
either, Holy Rogue.
I think when you grow up in a marginalized group, like, for example, I'm in the LGBT community.
Right. Rick, I got you. We're getting to
When
you.
you're from a marginalized group, it can be very hard to remove emotions from situations that are happening and empathize with people, because there is a part of me that did react in a bad way to the situation. But then I stepped back and was like, how am I better than any of the people I try to educate? Or I would prefer to give the right information to someone and them still disagree with me, but at least they took the time to look at the information. But we're
And
so polarized against one another
And it's only
It's
us that can
and
undo that. We can undo that. They're going to
yeah,
continue to do it. We have to do that.
and they're going to
We have to
continue to
take our
pit.
rights back, you know?
I mean, in the last decade, I can't see how many ads I've seen that pit generations against each other, that pit like I don't know even what generation I'm in, but like my generation against my mom's generation, generations under me against my generation, women against men, straights against LGBT people,
It's
immigrants
always
against
something
citizens.
against something. It doesn't have to be a they or them, a us or we.
Yeah,
Why
but
can't
it's
I mean
like,
wait, what is it? They, them, or me? You know, can we
yeah,
be a
us
we?
versus them.
Yeah, can we be a
Yeah,
we? Can we be a human being? We don't have
exactly.
to
Yeah.
agree, agree with everybody, but we don't have to turn to violence
Uh,
and trample on the First
yeah,
Amendment.
right. But can I say, and I know, but I'm not like really personal, religious. Even though I, so sometimes I wish I was. But
Maya, I'm glad you're here.
um, but I struggle with the, and like I don't know how you stand on this. So, but I'm not. It's not. Yeah, you know.
You're what you go ahead.
But I struggle with all the religious rhetoric, and all that they use the religion to do certain things that, like, I'm like, would Jesus do this? And to do the, like, cast out people like the LGBT. I sorry, I don't know all the letters. I can never
Indigo helper.
letters. Please.
Letters, Indigo.
LGBT plus.
Yeah, I can't even do them. They do them in
Yeah.
Norwegian, and especially not. And anyway, but
Yeah.
to say that these people, people who are different than you, are not worthy anything, and you have to make rules and everything to make them, yeah, they are not worthy anything. But even you, if you are a Christian, from what I have, I have a friend that's really, like, very Christian, personal Christian, and so I've been talking about a lot with with her about the Bible, and she never tries to, like, to push things on me. I talk to her about it because I think it's interesting, and I think, and she's like, no, but the Bible said that, yeah, you should try to go out and talk to people about Jesus,
Spread the
and
gospel.
yes,
Tell
spread
people
the
about
gospel and
Jesus Christ.
everything.
Mhm.
But if they refuse, you move on. You don't
You
push.
planted that seed.
Yeah, and also it's not your job to judge.
Not at all.
So why do we have this whole agenda with all like the religion and everything that is doing all these horrible things to minorities, and to, I really struggle with.
Okay, so I don't do religion. Let me explain that why. Because religion is man-made. I'm a for the love of God,
Yeah,
not only am I a preacher's daughter, let me tell you, my name came from the Bible. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 23. So I'm reminded every day of you know I was raised in faith. I was raised in the Bible. I was in a Bible-based church, and this is my belief, and I'm not putting it on anyone. My belief is exactly word front to back what that Bible says. It's the greatest guide, from, in my opinion, for wisdom, even just wisdom, and a guideline on how humanity could work instead of just all this chaos. What it if you don't
yeah,
want to bring the Bible, then get a dictionary, just get something that has structure that stops this evil violence. And the only thing that's going to stop this evil is when I say church, I say believers and Christians, anybody stand up, make your voices heard, stop this. And we know who wins in the end, and it's not evil. So we can rebuke it all day long. And I'm always saying that. Get thee behind me, Satan. And I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just saying this is coming from somebody. That's where my belief lies in, which gives me hope and gives me faith and gives me the ability to look hopeful for and happy for the next day. This is just like a guy. It's basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's how I was always told.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it gives me the hope in humanity that I wish a lot of people had.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question about
Sure.
like I said, it's not yeah. I in my mind I'm thinking like religion, and to be religious and to be a Christian, personal, like I said, my friend, she's personal Christian. She doesn't go to the main, like she studied the Bible herself. She had this like prayer group that is like friends that she goes to, and they study the Bible, and they don't follow and so she's no, I'm not religious. She says, like you said, I'm not religious, but I'm personal Christian.
Do you have your personal relationship with Jesus Christ, where two or
Right.
more gather in my name, there also I shall be?
Exactly. And also the church
Sends more
thing,
people to hell than Satan.
you don't need a church to preach. You can, as long as there are two people, you can preach home wherever you are. You can have this. So, and also from all the from the old days, like religion, how many wars, how much horrible things have been done in the name of religion. So in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what, religion as a whole should just be banned almost, and like you have to people can do their faith and good friends and do their, but not have this extreme rules that
See, that's one part of the
it's
Constitution.
I
We are
know,
freedom
but
of
this is
religion.
just
We are free to to practice.
I know we have
Yeah.
but this is just in my mind.
And you're in your mind. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I know it's not going to happen, and it's but the religion, and it's sometimes it's being twisted to be extreme, like we have seen.
I don't disagree.
So, and yeah, I don't know.
don't
I
disagree
know
with no, Maya. I
it's
don't.
just in my perfect world, in my mind, I'm thinking people can believe what they want. They can have their faith. They can like, but behave, for God's sake, behave.
And that is what this great experiment over here was too in the First Amendment, freedom of religion. I mean, it's our First Amendment is so it's there. If you don't mind, I would like to just read a few things from it. It's the First Amendment is a foundational part of the U.S. Constitution and a cornerstone of American democracy. It is the First Amendment in the Bill of Rights and protects several fundamental freedoms from government interference. And that's okay. This is what the founders wrote. The text of the First Amendment states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. we have a whole lot they packed into that First Amendment. It is the First Amendment.
The problem is that that thing, all that stuff, that probably worked back then, but not everything works just as good now because it's the completely different.
Absolutely. And that's why we have the Supreme Court and Congress to make laws and the Supreme Court to uphold them. And I mean, by the time it gets through all the court systems, unless Congress makes the law and it's actually passed, the way our laws are made, unfortunately, is like it goes through cases and it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court can deem it valid and in its law. But the founders, the framers of our Constitution, they gave us what we needed for this great experiment, and we have just trampled on it. Look what YouTube did to us. Look what YouTube did to us. I mean, just cut us off in the middle of one of the most important conversations I think should ever be had. I mean, it was, they cut me off twice. We tried again the third time. This is unaliving, and I shouldn't even have to say this. Unaliving Prevention Awareness Month. We got cut off twice in a row within 11 minutes for recognizing a federal awareness month. YouTube cut us off. The third time we finally got back on, I appealed while we were sitting here. I'm not going to allow my freedom of speech to be trampled on by algorithms and AI. I mean, a mental health channel talking about or deletion awareness.
Yeah, it's so weird that we like to learn the YouTube language, all the codes and all the.
Yeah,
it's like wait, what was that again? Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, what was it? Okay, so Deletion Prevention Awareness Month, but we got shut down and censored for talking and having a conversation about it on a federally recognized awareness month. Can you believe that? That's why I said this all matters. Our freedom of speech matters. Because we won those two appeals and they put the videos back up, even though, like I said, we were cut off right in the middle. I mean, like 11 minutes cut.
Yeah.
But they did put them back up. But I hope the messages got to who they were supposed to. That's all I can pray. Does anybody else want to come up? Indigo? Right? A health channel talking about mental health. Come on, YouTube, get with it. Oh, I was so mad. No, I had lost all of the work I had done all day preparing, like literally all day. And
it's such a personal, and I think it's even worse because we didn't have this issue last year when we talked about it.
No, we did not. We didn't.
And we went way more into detail about resources and like how you felt and
yes, and my grandson and
stuff like that, and like they didn't take it down, so it's definitely a 2025 issue that it's starting.
Think that, and I didn't even have it monetized, so I know it wasn't that.
So what? Well, but shouldn't it be
I may
more,
have to drop in a second
my-
because I've got to go do some stuff tonight. So
can somebody jump and Ben? Oh, that one can star, because I'm gonna have to get another. Hang on, let me get another mouse before you head Indigo, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, no worries.
And
we could figure out the password stuff a different day because, of course, technology is not.
Oh, it still didn't let you in?
No.
I'm trying to get it. I've already changed batteries, but maybe if I put this battery in this other mouse. No, because then I have to find the little USB thing.
I should get you. I should get you a corded mouse, like I have.
Everything on my Bluetooth is. Wait. I have a mouse. Oh, you're at work, Holy Rogue. Okay, I've got it. For right now, it's working.
Well, I appreciate that you're listening and like to the support and people who might be on the replay, because I think if we don't hear people's different opinions and we don't talk about it, we're giving them what they want, which is us to just comply and silently go along with what they're doing.
Thank you for that. I couldn't.
Also,
no one
it's in
could
my
have said it.
bloodline to like fight the man because my ancestors fought against the Danes trying to take over Finland and Russia trying to take over Finland. So
What?
like yeah, one of my great ancestors got thrown in like a 12-foot deep prison hole for trying
Wow.
to fight the man.
So you're it's
Okay.
in your bloodline.
Well,
Yes, Holy Rogue, that would be amazing.
Well, and
I've
also
tried to reach out
to
to you.
stick up for people, right? Like the quote Misha read earlier, like if you're not in a group that's being targeted, it is your responsibility as a human being to stand up for them because eventually they will find reasons to imprison everyone.
And this
Yeah.
is the reason that we all
This
on
is the
here.
reason we have our country in the first place. People
That's
got tired
right.
of being
Hey.
thrown into prison for their beliefs, and they didn't want one single person to be able to throw them in jail for a different opinion. So
Right.
at the end of the day, it sucks to have. There's people in my life who will not change their mind. They've had their opinions for 80 years, literally, and they'll keep them because it takes longer for someone to change their mind than it does for you to give them the information to change their mind. So like the more that we educate and the more, and you have to understand where people come from. Like my parents grew up in the they were like
the
in their
tribe.
40s.
Yeah, the
They were in their
different
40s by the 80s. So they grew up in like World War II era with like Kennedy. Like they were in college when Kennedy was unalived. Right?
See, and I
So
wasn't. And that's like this
so
is
when
to
they look at the
me.
world, when they look at all this unrest happening, my dad is like, we fought against this already. Why is this happening again? And I'm like, I wish I could give him an answer, but I can't because I'm also like, why aren't we learning from history?
We're never going to learn from history
oh, and
if we
yeah,
don't.
and
I mean,
that's
it's
so.
just going to keep repeating itself if we don't learn and talk and discuss. Hey, Indigo, can you check your messenger? I don't know if it's possible or not, but I was gonna. But okay, I'm sorry, I did not. I had this was. Trying to make sure everything is safe because we don't only have this. I've got it going on X, guys. You know, this is still streaming to X, and also. Oh gosh. Oh whoa whoa whoa! I pushed the wrong thing. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm so technologically declined. I was trying to do this.
Same.
I've
I gotcha.
okay. Okay. Hang on, Holy Rogue, I want to say because it comes in waves like birth pangs. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And I was trying my mouse is back a little bit, but I'm not gonna rely on it because it just barely moved. And T, I'm seeing your comments. What I'm saying is I'm no longer afraid. I take back my power. I'm not gonna have our my my Second Amendment, my first, or not second, the First Amendment trampled on and silenced. I am not afraid because I believe, and this is, I've said it already 20 times on here, I believe that it's evil. It's palpable evil. And I already know how that ends. So, but to make it through this time, we have, we have to come together and agree and unite our voices. We can learn to agree to disagree. We can talk it out. But this division, Indigo just, I can't even repeat what she said because it was perfect.
Yeah, and also, like I said, with the media, that they are telling so different stories, but also with the social media that you and now it's not like TikTok and everything. It's not just like, yes, some people are having like this a YouTube channel and doing so, but everyone, like, you just pick up your phone and you just record something and you say
Bam.
your
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah, and it can be like just completely BS, but someone will believe it and
Anybody. Hey,
doesn't.
there's so many people that'll believe it. That's the thing. We've got
Yeah,
to keep speaking the truth, the truth, the truth with love. That way people can accept it more. Just love, love, love. Speak your truth. The truth is always going to win, no matter how long it takes. And I'm living proof of that. Right here, played out before YouTube eyes. I just told the truth. And I never set out to hurt anyone. And guess what? The truth always wins. And it did. That's why I
I,
know in
I
my
just
heart, just
I
keep
think it's
speaking your truth.
hard to with as long as social media exists the way it does now.
Yes.
I think it will be a hard battle to.
Oh, it's
Mm,
hard, but we can do hard things, Maya.
okay.
We can do hard things, but I do know. You know why I know? You know why I know? Because I did the hardest things this week. 25th anniversary of my father being brutally unalived. On the same exact day, I watched a father be taken and a husband be taken by an assassin's hate just because they didn't like what they said. Don't listen. That's what I always say over here. Turn the channel if you don't like it. Don't listen. But it doesn't mean
scroll
come try to
scroll on.
find me. But I'm just
Scroll.
saying these things are so the lady on the subway. The lady on the subway that didn't deserve any of that. Tortured. There's some evil going on in this world, guys. And I'm telling you, I have to stand on my faith and I'm not going to be afraid. Be not afraid. And I am not because I am faithful and I'm just not going to be quiet about it anymore. You're not going to take away my right. And that is what tried to happen this week, you know? And then I've got my
Yeah.
kids scared to death to go to school because there's 5 college lockdowns for active,
And I
idiots.
remember I can probably list at least 5 mass shootings between when I went to high school and started college.
It's 5 too many, Indigo.
No, I agree. Like, I remember NIU happened literally the year before we graduated, and my friend went there. And it scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what if we were seniors a year early?
Yeah.
It was timing, right? We were just the perfect age for her to avoid being there. And I remember when that happened, our school made somebody made
No,
like a
T, I'm reading you.
quilt.
I don't have a mouse. Okay, wait, hang on, Indigo. I'm trying.
Um,
Can you please address? And
Yes. So
I'm not trying
that,
to. I'm having a
um,
hard time right now, technology wise. I do not have
yeah, so
the
she's saying
ability.
that basically in our current status in our country, they've really started dehumanizing disabled people. And that it's left
Right.
her without resources and ability to fight back against it. So that and like
Yeah,
she
they
makes
go.
a good point is like the changes that they're trying to push through with these bills will affect
Oh yeah, they will.
our children and their own children's children in the future. And they're still fighting to push through these horrible things that will take away people's accessibility.
And
Right? Like, and
And
especially with
they go for the weakest, and that's the
that's how you dominate.
yeah. I know.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and we have to.
But
Um,
you.
But it's
So-
See, you know, I'm trying not to. I actually made it a while now without crying, right, guys? I thought so. I agree with Holy too. I don't want it to be all negative. It's just going to get worse. Be in faith, just you and Jesus of Nazareth. That's right. And you know,
And the thing is,
Kim, I see you.
unfortunately,
I see you. I'm
um,
trying to. I want people to know that we see them. I just can't do anything with the mouse. Um, was famous for an attack that happened. Oh my God, Kim, what? See, mm, mm.
yeah, it's
Oh,
just,
and then T says, "I'm a child of God and have done God's work selflessly all of my adult life. This is my reward." Your rewards were. Do you know? Do you know, T? Your reward's going to be exactly what I want mine to be. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. I want to hear those words. That's my ultimate goal in life. And please just reach out whenever you need someone. I'm not always here. I'm human. I've not been in a good place this last week.
but-
No, it isn't
but-
no, this isn't T. This isn't T from Australia. She's
no, this is a different
new,
person.
new to
No,
our
T from Australia's name is T
White
Down
Holy Road.
Under.
Yeah. No, I know who it was. She's our mod
Yeah.
anyway.
But
Yeah.
that the US is kind of screwed up, and it's no wonder, because you are so traumatized. Everyone is so traumatized from birth, like you're scared to go to school.
It didn't always be
Should-
like this. It wasn't always like this where people were
I-
scared to go to school.
I know, but like I'm saying, like
What
the
have we done?
generations from
Yeah, what have we
when
done?
this whole started,
Yeah.
and like it's not like that in
Just
the
live and
rest
let
of the-
live, maybe. That's
yeah, and how traumatizing it must be for kids to go through like shooting like what do you do if you have lockdown in the school, if
trust me. I
there's
know
a
what I did as
shooting?
a parent. I know what I did as a parent. Everybody
For
on
us-
here, I was right in the middle
For
of
us
the line.
over here,
took off.
I it's insane to think, and horrible to think about.
Yeah, it's horrible to live with.
I know, yeah,
It's so
But
horrible
that-
to live with because
but
like I said,
that's my point. That's my
called.
point, that you are like, from all this stuff kind of escalated when like Columbine and everything and all that stuff, and
Texas had Santa
things-
Fe and then Uvalde. I mean, come on. I mean,
but things got so bad, and everyone gets so traumatized, and you don't have health care, like mental health care, and you don't, like, you are on your own. Everyone is just on your own, and that's kind of, and I guess that's kind of the American thing, that you are.
I guess
Here
when
we are.
we're
we are
brought up in this, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah, but that's kind of the thing
that's
with
what makes
like
it. Yeah, the untreatment and lack of resources.
American dream, and you can do like you're kind of responsible for yourself. Over here, we pay taxes, and the government take care of us.
Yeah, and that's what
And
I guess that's what they come over here for, to not be under the
yeah,
control of the government.
I
So I
know.
guess that's the difference, and it's so weird to have this. I mean, it's neat to have this conversation with you because just putting like sometimes it takes my brain a while, especially after this week, just to snap it. Wait a minute, that idea, that's okay. So not everybody has that. Some it's an interesting conversation. It's a great needed conversation, and I love your. Except for me to apologize again for our behavior over here that makes us look like all imbeciles sometimes. You know, I mean, just like my God, the world is watching. Can we just act like adults? But besides that, I
Yeah,
really agree with you.
sometimes you can be glad that you don't understand the language over here in our news. No,
I'm
no,
embarrassed on that part. I
but
love
we-
my
no,
country. I'm embarrassed about the
yeah,
behavior.
Yeah, but I know from what I said in the beginning, that America, I've been like, it's been this great place that we have heard about always. And when
Maya,
I start to learn about it, that it's not so
it
great.
don't
And
look
like,
so
after
great
all,
anymore, does it?
but
There's something I
no,
want to play you. I want to play you something actually. Hang on. Okay, I see something going on in the chat. I have acknowledged you, T. I You're not. They mean normal T, no disrespect. Okay, I'm gonna Indigo. Are you here? I
Yeah,
want to
I'm still
explain
here.
that. Okay, can you please explain that? Because I have
Yeah, T,
acknowledged it.
we have another person in our chat from Australia whose name is also T, so that's all she meant by that. But
We know you've been here before, and I welcomed you. I mean, I'm glad you're
we
here.
have been acknowledging what you're saying, but please try not to shout at us. We're also trying to give the floor to other people. So yeah,
I'm
so
not denying other humans. This is either you're not hearing what I'm saying at all, or you're not wanting to. But what I will say is, I have acknowledged every comment you have made. I have sat here. I have a guest panel up, but in which I normally don't even do the chat, but we are doing that because it needs to be it. But that's the extent to which hypocrisy will go to deny other humans. Just listen to you all. Please explain to me respectfully, because I'm not being disrespectful to you. But just because I'm going to speak my truth, you also are allowed to speak your truth.
yes, like our one rule here is to be respectful. We have multiple times gone through your comments and acknowledged them. I don't know, rewatch the stream when it posts. Like, if honestly, and we went through this like probably 15 minutes ago, if things can't stay respectful or you're getting too heated, either step away or the mods will take action, because it's not going to do any good to keep, like, there's a way to say your opinion without attacking us.
And
Is
I
it
do
And
something we
understand about
say?
the normalcy. I do. I just want for you to acknowledge that the normalcy. The chat was explaining that you're not T from down under. That's all. It was an explanation. It wasn't anything negative to
yeah,
keep confusion out.
there's just two of you and it's a very unique name. So
Right.
like you're
So
the only like the second T we've ever met.
I was a bit confused. I thought it was like the other T, and then I
yeah,
saw
that's why I
like
wanted to clear it up.
you are some kind, like a veteran or something. I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not that T. That's the other T.
Okay, you are silencing me and I'm reaching out for some acknowledgement. This is surely dystopian. Okay, what have we silenced? Please explain that to me. I haven't silenced anything. In fact, I'm not even speaking. If you have something you want to say, please say it. I have acknowledged every one of your comments. Power. I'm look. I've acknowledged every comment. So to call me dystopian, or to say this is dystopian, looks to me like you do not want to engage in a conversation. You want to get tensions up again. We're not doing that. We are not afraid to speak our truth, and you're welcome to speak your truth. No one is silencing you. Okay, I'm sorry, Maya. I did not mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, that's okay. I
want
probably
everyone
talk too much.
No,
Also
I
because
want everyone here to talk
the-
this out. This is stuff that needs to happen, and I will
oh,
sit on here until the very last person has what they wanna say.
the thing is, I watch these channels and YouTube and everything, and like to write comments, it's not the same as talking. So because of the tone and because of like everything, and also because English is like, if I could
Okay,
read it,
so,
if I
okay, Indigo. Indigo.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Alright, sorry, Maya. did not mean for that. I do apologize you for you interrupting you, and I did not mean to do that. But that was something that I had to say. Okay. And so we don't have interruptions like that. That's just being argumentative, and that's what we're not about. So I apologize.
I don't I don't understand what, like, I'm very confused.
It's okay.
But
It was just an administrative issue that we've taken care of.
Yeah, but I just want to say, like, thank you for coming up, or like when Sophia chimed in the chat, what like the differences are between our countries, because I think that's another thing is like,
Yes.
unless people
Yes.
originate from a bloodline that's indigenous to North America, like most people here were probably descendants of immigrants or immigrants
Can I say
themselves.
something?
And so I feel
I
Everyone.
was born in Eku, Nigeria, Africa.
yeah, because what I was going to say was like, because there's all these different cultures and like there's not a direct translation for everything that we can say in English, if that makes
Thank you, Tyler.
sense.
No, you do make sense because there's things that get lost in translation. And instead of
Oh,
just
absolutely.
having a conversation about, wait, I don't understand this part, let's just get mad and blow up. That's where we need to stop. That's where we need to simmer the fire, smolder it down, cool off.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mods timing out people, I kind of think of as their little cooling off period. And they
Yeah, and
come
like
back in.
I don't
Go
know
sit
if
in
the
air
rules
conditioner.
changed since I became back, but it's like if there's two people, like say there was like person A and person B, and they're going at each other in the chat, we would time out both of them equally.
Right.
So we're not
We
like
cool off.
targeting one or other
Or
people,
triggering
because
someone else. Yeah.
unfortunately, as blunt as this sounds, like emotions are not facts.
Thank you. And I've been
And
nothing but
I
emotional
have
for the week.
and
So
I
you're
have
right.
like a lot of deep emotions about some of these topics.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, like again, it boils down to like people deserve the chance to live. And who knows if Charlie Kirk had time to debate more people, and maybe like someone invited him for a beer, maybe he would have super changed an opinion. But we never got that chance.
That's
Do you know
the
what I mean? Like
point.
you have to
Our
give the person a chance to change their opinion. And unfortunately, that's
power
not going to
rating.
happen within a 24-hour period. We all have our own lives and experiences that inform
You know
how we
what's so
think,
sad, Indigo?
you know?
You
And
know
so
what's
I
so
think, yeah.
sad? That he'll never have that. We'll never have that chance. His kids won't have that chance. His wife won't have that chance. So I'm saying it's just all the way. And Holy Rogue's right about, well, that anger is also a technique to upset others. How well I know, and I know exactly where you're going with this, Holy Rogue. I just know that I know that I know because it's been more than once. So I know that I know who or what it is. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean I'm wrong. Sorry,
Well,
my
also,
doctor told me that.
also, but sorry, I feel I talk too much, but
No, you do
it's so
not.
good. It's so good to talk about because I'm so frustrated. You have no idea. But because that, like this, everyone has the right to live. No one has the right to take someone else's life, no matter what's going on. And
I agree with that.
that's the thing I struggled to, like, after I got to know America, like United States, a little bit more. I'm sorry to say, but you're kind of rough with people, in my, like, from my point of view, with like how jails, prisons, also like the system.
The system is a failure.
It's horrible to see how, even though you have done something wrong and you you're still a human being. And if you treat someone like animals, they will act like animals. Here
I agree
we
with
have
that,
you,
but
we
I
have
also
like
agree
we
with individual responsibility. You know, if you do something you know is not or is against the law, let me just put it that way. You're responsible for your actions. That maybe I should have said it that way.
yeah, yes. Oh yes, but here we have this thing that if someone do something wrong,
Mhm.
the police will arrest you, and the judge will judge you for, or the jury or whatever, how long of the punishment you are going to have.
Mhm.
You will be put in prison or jail. Yeah, but inside the jail or the prison, they try to, well, of course not every it's different levels of the prison, so not, but like we have the most humane and some people think it's ridiculous, but the point is that your punishment is not to be treated like an animal when you are in prison, because when you have to, if you are treated like a human being and you trust people, you can make plans, you can whatever, and when you come out, we have some of the lowest, like the
Recidivism
re-
rate.
yeah.
Do you want to know what's so bad? Do you know the biggest mental health system in the United States? The criminal justice system.
Yeah,
That's what
that's something I struggle with too, and
there's no
that
prison is not made for rehabilitation. Prison is made for
n-
punishment. And what do you expect people are going to do when they get out and can't
right.
that you don't get a job? No one's going to hire you. That's a whole thing, a whole eco.
You and
Indigo, get me off this one because I'm just not
Stop
okay with
it.
it. I am not okay
Stop
with
it.
this. Yeah, that's a
You're
soapbox for me.
sidetracked.
but we have this one is big who did this big thing some like years
Thank
over
you.
Hello.
over 70 young people was unalived, and
Mm,
I see his name being written on the last not
I
this
remember hearing about that
shooting
one.
and but the previous, his name was on the rifle. Yeah, but anyway,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that guy is the biggest, like he's the he's a extremist, white, all that stuff. But
It's evil. I don't
he's
care what side of extreme you are on. It's evil.
yeah,
Take
but
another life.
still he's been treated. He cannot be in a prison with other prisoners because they don't want him there really. They will could hurt him, and they have, but he has his own apartment inside the prison. He has kind of his own apartment with a living room and of course not.
Now look at this.
Well,
Holy
well,
Rogan's exactly right. Over here, everything is a business.
exactly.
Exactly.
And also that, so he's not in a he's in a cage, but not in a cage kind of. He has a TV. He has like he has a room. He can work out. He can do, but he's alone, so it's
Isolation
he,
is no good for anyone
Yeah,
anywhere.
so
no, but
I'm so against that.
no,
I
yeah,
was
but
thinking about it though, because like the thing is with his type of crime he did, not putting him in isolation would probably get him killed.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
protection, I agree.
yeah,
But
yeah,
not
yeah.
for
Oh,
torture.
yes,
And
yes,
I was
and also he had this pastor friend kind of that came to like to visit, but because he doesn't have any friends, he doesn't have any family, so he doesn't get any visitors either. So he is kind of alone, but no, you can't force people to go and visit him. So he kind of only mostly interact with the prison guards. And he
Yeah.
don't, of course, he don't like that. It's hard for him, but what can you do? So it's kind of hard, but
Because
he's
I was
still that.
thinking about this though, like if somebody's in prison for their whole life without parole and they have good behavior, like they're not going to get released. And every time they go up for parole,
Oh,
they're just going to be
Lori,
rejected.
the Lori case.
Like, I think that over time, for good behavior, they should be given more. Like,
Right.
you earn, like, say you get a laptop, you earn that laptop after being in prison for like 30 years with good behavior and you haven't caused problems and stuff, because at the end of the day, they did a horrible thing, but they're also a human being. So I feel like denying them humanity is what we got the prison system to stop doing, because in the past there used to be zero humane treatment of prisoners at all.
Try Texas, Indigo. Do you know they have no air conditioner and no heater? So if it's 110 degrees outside, that's what they have to live in. And if it's 20 degrees, that's what they have to live in. Talk about non-rehabilitation at the.
Have you
And they only eat
heard
2
about?
meals a day.
Have you heard about the Scandinavian project over there, prison project over
No,
there?
I sure have not.
Little Scandinavia or something. It's they had prison guards from the US come over here, and they was extremely shocked to say the least. And they took the things we do to like a testing project back there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did as a trial kind of thing. They
Tell
did
me, what was it again, please?
Little Scandinavia, the Scandinavian
Okay, thank you.
Scandinavian prison project or something. I think
I'll
you
find
can
it. No,
find
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Because I think there might be more than one. I'm not sure, but
Oh,
yeah,
don't give me. I needed something to make my brains work a little
from
bit.
looking into it myself, they've taken steps in certain countries like Sweden and Finland and stuff. When they like arrest somebody for being like an extreme nationalist,
Mm-hmm.
they provide them like deprogramming as like a condition of their prison time, which is important because their goal is to learn why they got radicalized in the first place. Right? Because somebody doesn't just wake up in 12 hours and go F everything. You know, there's a buildup over time of slights, or like T was saying, like being disabled or fighting for your country and coming back and being treated like shit and not having access to medical and mental health and being seen as like less than a person. Like it takes a toll on you that could radicalize someone. So like these programs offer at the behest of taxes, right? People pay higher taxes so that these programs can help de-radicalize people, and they can interview them and they can say, okay, well, what were the things that led you to this point? Because pointing fingers never does anything.
No, it doesn't. Right. It doesn't get us having conversations. It's what having conversations. Noise, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see Noise Opera.
No.
There's some names that I see in the chat and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy they're here. Well, and that's the thing too, is like, I think that, I mean, look at us. We're from all around the world. We wouldn't be talking.
We all have different beliefs, but guess what?
We wouldn't be talking right now if social media didn't exist. For all the negatives that instant media and social media have, there's a lot of positives. For example, you get an instant thing like, oh, there's a shooter at this mall. Okay, well, now you know.
Yeah.
Go like now you might be in the mall. You might get the newsflash and be like, oh, I have to go duck for safety.
And
like
see, you're getting right where it gets me, because of my college lockdowns yesterday, and my kid's scared to death to go to school. I mean, she's got 2 semesters left before she gets her BSN. 2. And she's scared to death to finish nursing school. I mean, she's going, obviously, but I mean, she does clinicals. She works till 10 and 11 at night at the hospital. You know, it don't, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, it's scary as a parent.
Well, what scares me is, okay, so we
But
have
being not afraid.
concealed carry in my state,
Well, I have my
right?
license for that, but we have
And
open bandage. So
I have seen people. Oh, I've been on the receiving end of road rage without a gun involved. That was terrifying. If people are willing to go to a debate like his and just kill somebody,
right.
if someone tries to antagonize me in public, I'm like, you're robbing me, take it.
That's how I am.
All my
I don't
cards,
care.
I have copies
My
of all
life
my
is worth
cards.
more than what
right?
this is.
I have all my cards
So,
at my house as a photocopy. I can call. If they steal my
everything's
phone,
shut off.
I
You're really
can.
gonna be pissed.
If they steal my phone, I can try to call the police another way. I can tell my family, like, hey, someone robbed me. Like, you know, if that were to happen. And to me, I'm like, the fact that some of us have to think about safety when we walk outside our house, and not just the normal, like, oh, I'm looking before I cross the street, but like, oh, I don't want to piss that guy off because he could get mad.
Kids
And
are taught to put their head on a swivel and keep them there. Know your surroundings. Don't look
oh
at
yeah,
cell
for
phones when you're
sure.
walking through parking lots. Just the safety things itself to keep you aware of what's going on.
And
First
now
of all,
And
see, like,
here we leave our babies out in the stroller to sleep
and
alone.
here we used to never lock our doors at night and leave the doors open, the screen doors, never lock them at night, didn't lock your vehicles. Those days are long gone.
yeah.
What have we
Well,
done
and
to
what's
this
sad
country?
too is like, when I was over at my parents' house last Christmas, I didn't have sugar. So I went to our neighbors I've known since I was a kid, and they were like, hey, if you ever need sugar again, please come over. Come over again and talk to us, even if you don't need sugar. Like, but I just remember in the
Please
90s,
need
we would
sugar.
have like, but yeah, they're like, please need
It's just
ingredients.
more.
Like, but it's the thing is, like, I grew up in a mostly white neighborhood. I was going to sugarcoat it. No, I grew up in a white neighborhood. And
But
it
don't be
wasn't till-
apologetic for what
I'm
you
not.
are.
I
We're
mean, that's
all
just where
individuals, you know.
that's
Not
just
much.
where I was at. But like when I went to college, or I went abroad with my youth group, and we did
Mhm.
like charity projects and stuff in other countries,
Mhm.
it made me realize like what I take for granted every day. And the fact that we have to look at people and say, like, stay safe, check. Like, I tell my friends all the time, like, text me when you get home. Even they're like, you're going to be asleep. I'm like, I don't GAF. Like, if I check my text in the morning and you didn't text me, I'm blowing up your phone at 6 a.m. when I'm in my bathroom taking my pills.
That's
Like,
how we survive.
because it's going to create community. And I remember I used to,
That's how
it
we
weirded my
survive.
neighbors out. But when I lived in my old apartment, which was like a complex, I went to everyone on my floor and introduced myself when I moved in. I was like, hi, I noticed you have a cat. I pet sit. You know, like, I made a community with neighbors in my building and became the unofficial spokesperson when we had issues. But at the same time, it was like when a weird guy came and like came in and kept like harassing us in our apartment, our neighbors were like, hey, do you need us to call the cops on that guy? Like, because we made a community. And that's the
where it
thing is, like,
starts.
we need to like make communities with people.
That's where it starts.
And hard conversations are hard. It's not easy for me to be vulnerable with my friends and say, like, hey, I think this way. Like, I had a bad time at the beginning of the year, and I opened up to some friends at the time, and I was like, hey, I'm not doing good.
And
like,
I'm glad you had the insight to do that.
But I also had the resources the next Monday to call my medical team. And that's the thing is, like, we really need centralized access to these services for
Mental
everyone.
health services, it's they're almost
Or
like
just like this, like T that we kind of kicked out was saying, like,
yeah,
when
but that wasn't a conversation. That was
no, but she kind of brought up some stuff where it's like, okay, imagine that your next door neighbors with a veteran. Go say hi. Even if they're kind of standoffish, there's a reason. but let them know, like, hey, I live next door to you. Like, my parents used to live next door to you. Like, my parents used to live next door to you. Like, my parents used to live next door to a guy who I'm pretty sure had like agoraphobia and never left his house. But we also knew that he got deliveries at a certain time. And when those kind of like weren't being taken inside, we like called the police to do a wellness check, stuff like that. Like, as much as you're vigilant about your neighbor's safety, they're vigilant about your safety. Because when you live in a neighborhood, like, your neighbors with people.
Hey, Brian.
You know what I mean? So I think
It
like
starts
that's a,
at the community.
we need to bring that back and like tell kids like, hey, if you don't feel safe around an adult, tell us. Like, if you're scared about something, like I told my nephews, I'm like, if you're going through something hard and you tell me, for the most part, I'll keep that between us unless it's your safety.
That's right,
And you're-
unless it's your safety. Yeah.
And then I'm going to your parents because we're adults. We're
Right.
here to protect you, protect you, but adults need to protect each other too. Like, when you have friends, check in on them. When you have
And I'm
elderly
so
relatives,
glad.
like, go
Oh.
visit them. Like, go visit them if they're in a home.
right.
Don't just write it off like, oh, there's a medical team taking care of them and you're not involved. The minute we cut off human to human contact, it really just makes
Look
it
what happened the
harder.
first time. Look, Indigo, what happened the first time?
Yeah.
2020. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got and this is no offense to anyone that doesn't live in America, but because Nigeria, Africa, and America are my two references, you will see why I say I feel like I live in the greatest country on earth. We have so many freedoms, but look what the hell. I mean, we're just like, we're trying to be silent, and there's no room for that. We have to unite. Even if we can't stand the person standing next to us, it doesn't mean we don't agree that our First Amendment right to free speech should not be censored or tried to be taken away. Because once that right goes, guess what? It's so easy to start. They're all going to fall. And then where are we? We're in hell. That's where we are after that. I'm not giving up my rights, even as bad as it can get. I'm going to stand on my faith.
Like,
Thank
a
you, Holy Road.
a
Thank you.
conversation that I had with my sister, and
I will be at your
oh,
channel.
thank you so much, Holy Rogue. Love ya. I had a conversation with my family because I originally met Keela through the anti-Scientology movement. And then I took a giant ass step back from there because they're
No
scary.
kidding, right?
They're scary, and my sister has kids. That's why I stepped back from that. But my main point was, I told my parents, I'm like, we're seeing people campaigning to take away our right to civilly protest.
That's not
And I'm not
right.
about that. But I had to have a conversation with my family, like, will you bail me out? Like, if I'm at a peaceful protest that goes sideways, do you have my back to get me out of jail if I spend like 24 hours behind bars because they decide to arrest me? But we shouldn't have to think like that.
You
at the
shouldn't have
point.
to think like that. No, you
But
shouldn't.
I have
That's
a backup plan.
That's the First Amendment.
And
That's
for the
First
record, they
Amendment
said
right.
yes, because they're great. I have been blessed with good family.
But our First Amendment rights are being trampled. Just like you have a peaceful protest, there shouldn't be anything done to you. That is
And there's
your
rules,
First
like, for
Amendment
sure. Like, when we
right.
have big marches in our downtown area,
Mhm.
like, they've gone to the city, they've gotten it approved for specific blocks to be blocked off from traffic for a specific time period for a specific amount of people. It's like, if it's over 100 people, you have to get special
You have to
permission.
get right. Yeah, there too.
Like, when we follow the rules and there's still the possibility that we could be tear gassed, that is freaking terrifying.
No, it is. I agree
Like,
with
on
you.
any level.
It's not okay on any level. It's not humane on any level. You should not infringe on anyone's rights. That is just not. That's why I went to law school. That is why to advocate for people that have for mental health and for people that have no idea their rights are just being trampled.
And when you travel to other countries, know the rules.
I would
Like,
say
as much as it sucks to, like,
we're the only country that don't do people think
Yeah,
it's
but what I
hard.
was gonna say too was like even talking to, I can't remember their name, but I had reached out to someone ages ago to be like, okay, when you talk about this in your country, you say that even to have like 2 people protesting, you have to go through all these levels. And they're like, yes, because like we have very strict rules for like what's
T,
allowed.
T,
He
Maya.
does, I
I mean,
think
all of you
somebody
that
who's in
does the
like,
protests knows that all these are different. You know, we all have different rules in the different countries. You're right. You're so right, Indigo. Make sure
and
you
like
know
I
that.
always tell people, like, know where your embassy is when you travel to keep yourself safe. Even if you know somebody, like even if you're visiting someone in a foreign country, just know where your embassy is, because again, like you never know when things will go sideways and you have to keep yourself safe. That goes here too. I've had friends say, hey, I thought I was going to come visit the US and now I'm too scared to come.
And you know,
Like,
We are
like I
we
said, I'm
are
proud
super
to be an
scared.
American. I'm
Honestly.
proud to be an American, but I'm not proud of the behavior that the world is looking down at us, that we are portraying.
I think the whole world like we are so baffled by the fact that we are scared to travel because we don't know where we end up. Like we don't know what can happen. That shit. That shouldn't be like
Shouldn't
that.
happen. It shouldn't be a thing.
No.
Take back our fear, guys. Do not be not afraid.
And then people like from the others like no, we are just that's just something that are being fed to us, that's not. But I know people that have been that went of like, that's the frustrating thing. We know that's true, but some people don't want to believe it. And yeah,
You guys, I hate to do this. I hate to interrupt, but I have not been able to process since I got out from the funeral. I know that nobody can end the stream but me.
I know.
I cannot. I've got to go.
oh,
Okay.
I'm not trying to be mean. This is a very, very important conversation. I really.
No, that's okay. And plus, we've got to get over here. We can't use it. I've done one over once. If I just can't go over it again. I want to thank everybody here. Let me end this real quick. I want to say thank you for everybody. Thank you, Opera, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here in this very important conversation. Thank you for the respect, for just being human. It's my thing, just being human. And thank you, mods. Thank you, Indigo.
be
Thank
kind.
you, Maya. Thank you, Ned. Just thank you, everyone that has been a part of this 3.5 hour discussion. That it was much needed. I would rather take 3.5 hours to have a discussion than 30 seconds and not have.
I should
So-
totally go to bed. It's 3 a.m. 3
I
a.m.
will tell you
Even
this.
anyway, so.
Growth isn't about changing who you are, but becoming the best version of yourself. And I think right now there's a lot of people taking looks in the mirrors, including myself. I'm going to do the next right thing and be better tomorrow than I've been today. And that's what I can offer, to leave this world a little bit better and do something bigger than myself.
Yeah.
I love you all. Red, I'm so glad to see you. Brian, Poet,
yeah,
everyone.
so glad to see everybody. Thank you for coming.
Nessa, thank you for being here.
This was really refreshing.
Maya,
for me.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you reach out anytime, Maya. Indigo, thank you. All right. We'll see you on the next one, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, no, outro video.
It's not ended.
I know, because I didn't do, there's not an outro video. We're going to end it this time. And then